All right, everybody, we are live. Everybody, we're live on the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails show, everybody. Why are we talking coverage over cocktails? Because we want to make coverage contagious, right, ladies? We want to make
Yes,
coverage
Absolutely.
contagious.
absolutely.
Say it all with me one time on three. One, two, three.
Let's make coverage contagious.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's time to talk about insurance. It's time to talk about protecting your family and becoming your own bank. These ladies are going to teach y'all tonight. Y'all share the video all over the world because they want to teach you. Take it over, Kimberly, Veronica,
Awesome.
and
Good
Barbara.
evening. Good evening. Good evening to everybody that joined us on tonight. My name is Kimberly Hutchison, all the way from Palestine, Texas. I am an insurance agent, and I am here tonight to let's talk coverage over cocktails. And I have two of my dear friends with me on tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself tonight, sis.
Well, my name is Veronica Haley. I'm
Hey,
from
Ronnie.
the Fofo
Fofo.
Acres Home. Yes, right here in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And I am elated to be here today to talk coverage over cocktails.
Awesome.
You know, people need to know what we got to offer them.
They
So
do.
let's talk that coverage over cocktails.
Awesome.
And for over here is Miss Barbara.
Hello, I am Barbara Calvert
The
from
Barbara doll.
Missouri City, Texas,
Woo-hoo!
and I'm elated to be here again with my wonderful friends and co-host, and Mr. Malcolm. Thank you again for having us.
Woo!
Yes.
Shout out, Malcolm.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, and once again, we are here to talk coverage over cocktails. You know, we just want you to sit back and enjoy yourself. Tune in. If you have any questions, just call in. You can ask any questions. We're here for you. And we're just going to talk and just tell you a little bit about the business and the importance of having coverage.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, just like a lot of times when you get off from work on the weekends, you're getting ready for the weekends, you get with your homegirls, you get with your homeboys, and you want to sit, talk, have some drink. Well, we want to make that talk about something. We want to talk about something that's interesting and that we can share with you guys that's going to be beneficial to your friends, to your friend family, as well as to your loved ones. All right. So that's what this show is all about. I want to give a big shout out to our host that's not with us on tonight, Joyce. We love you. Joyce is with her husband celebrating her birthday. We love you, Joyce. Happy birthday.
Joyce.
I missed it.
Awesome. Shout out to our girl Denise Kinder, who wasn't
Yes.
able to come with us on tonight as well, due to other obligations that she had. As we all know, she is a minister, and in the ministry, a lot of times we get called out to do stuff that we just got to do what we got to do. So, Denise, we're holding it down for you on Let's Talk coverage over cocktails. We're missing our girls that's not with us on tonight and everything. Shout out to our girl Christy Johnson, who had a death in her family. Christy is one of our business partners. We love you, Christy. We want you to
Yes,
know
absolutely.
that you and your family are with us in our thoughts as well as in our prayers. We love you, girl. Listen, to each and every one of you that are out there on tonight, listen, we want you guys to talk back to us if you can. Okay, tap that screen, put us a message out there, give us a call. We want to talk to you. Okay, we want you to talk back to us. Okay, so listen, tonight we want to talk about this month. This month, along with a lot of other things, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes, very important
Yes.
month.
Very important month. Very important month. Very important month. And as a woman myself who has lost friends and family members to breast cancer, I want to encourage each and every woman to that whenever you get to the age of 40, is it 40? They
Well,
encourage you to-
they say 40, but if it's hereditary, they want you to start sooner.
Start younger.
That's
yes.
right. That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. You know, I had a family member that had breast cancer in her family, and she did a preventive measure, and she went and had her breast augmentated,
Yeah.
so that she can stop that.
Oh, she did that radical.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes,
Oh,
and that was very brave of her. I love her to death, and that's got to be courageous to um, take that measure, take that step.
Well, you know,
Absolutely.
that's something I didn't share with you all. I did that at the age of 18, 19 years old because I lost both of my grandmothers to breast cancer. I've lost aunts and cousins to breast cancer.
Wow.
So I didn't want to, you know, fall into that same issue of dying of breast cancer. So I did the same thing of doing the, you know, radical thing of doing the breast augmentation.
Wow. Wow, sis.
So you did it right away.
I did it
doctors
right
were-
away because,
Ooh.
you know, it was very tragic losing,
Yes.
you know, I lost
Yeah.
one grandmother in, I think it was 1988. And then 2006, I lost my second grandmother. And, you know, she had went in many, many years before and, you know, they told her that it was nothing and they removed the tissues or whatever. And, you know, in 2004, 2005, she told them, she said, well, I found a lump in my breast. And they said, oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. Well,
Mhm.
nothing turned into colon cancer, nothing turned into breast cancer, nothing turned into lung cancer. It exploded in her body.
It metastasized
Wow.
everywhere, and that's just how quick it can happen.
Yeah. And I mean,
Mhm.
MD Anderson
Mhm.
even wrote an article about her, you know, because they were so shocked that she lived as long as she did. So that's why this life insurance is so important to me, because like I told you all before, you know, being able to have those living benefits,
Yes.
knowing that if something happens to me, okay, I'm covered. My kids don't have to worry about how they gonna eat, you know, if they can still gonna have a roof over their head and so on and so forth. So this is a very important topic for me.
Absolutely,
Yes, yes.
absolutely, sis.
Wow, wow,
Awesome.
that is
Wow.
something.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. So you guys out there, if you want to share a story with us or your concerns about breast cancer, please go ahead and hit that screen, leave us a message, talk back to us if you can.
Mhm.
We are here tonight and we are celebrating those that have survived breast cancer. We just got through in my hometown this past weekend. They just got through doing the Coleman Walk. They just got through doing the 5K, 8K, however long that they walk, so that they can honor those that were lost to breast cancer or any kind of cancer, really, because I know some people out there that have suffered from cervical cancer as well.
Cervical, uterine,
Right.
Mhm.
you know, the guys with the prostate.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You know, one
Yes.
of our partners in the business out of town, tongue. I
Mhm.
mean, you hear of so many different types of cancer.
Yeah.
You know, we need to be aware of all of it.
We
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And like you were saying, that's where the living benefits come in. If you have coverage, that's a really good way. And if God blesses you to survive that, you can draw from those living benefits.
Yes.
To survive, to live, to keep living.
That's
Because
right.
you got bills, you got doctor bills. You've got all different types of responsibilities while you're dealing with that type of illness.
That's right.
So
a lot of
it's
other
good
stuff
to-
to be worried about,
Absolutely, yes.
right? Right.
Yes.
Now tell the
Mhm.
people out there, because some people don't understand. Can you get living benefits with a term
No,
policy?
no, you cannot.
Because a lot of times people buy term policies and they don't know what all term really does.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Or the difference between the term policies and the whole life policies.
Well, for one, term policy is exactly what it sounds like. It's for a term. When I go to college, I'm in, it's a term per semester, right?
Right.
So with term life
Right.
insurance, I have it for a term, and maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years,
Right.
but it's going to end at the end of that term. And
Right.
if I didn't pass before that term, then I'm out of everything that I put into it.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
the next step from that though is the ROP. It's similar to term,
Mhm.
but at the end of that, it will expire also. But
Okay.
at the end of that period, that term period, you can get your money back at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
It's a
great.
little bit more expensive than term,
Okay.
but at the same time, you can rest assured that if you do live up to that point, that you can absolutely get your money back.
Yeah,
Right.
you get something.
Yeah, you
Something's
get
better than
something.
nothing.
Yeah.
You
something is better
you
than
pay for
nothing.
your policy. You're paying for your policy.
Right.
I understand that, yes, but a portion of that you will be able to get back.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I don't think a lot of people have ever been told about return of premium, because
Mhm.
before I got into the insurance business
Right.
myself as an
I
agent,
never heard of it.
I had
never
never,
knew about
heard
Never.
of a coverage that was of a certain term, that
Mhm.
everything that I paid, my monthly premium that I paid down through the years, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Mhm.
or 30 years, that I could get all that premium back
If you don't
to
pass
me
away.
if I don't pass away
Right.
when that term was up. I
Mhm.
never knew about that. Never
Oh,
heard
yeah,
about
but-
that.
but
And I
understand
know
it's a
my mom
portion.
them never heard about
Yeah,
that. My
portion of it.
grandparents,
It's a portion
Right, a
because
portion,
you're paying
okay.
for a policy. You're paying for,
right.
you know.
So you get a portion of it
Mhm.
back.
Yes.
Awesome.
Excuse me, ladies.
Yes.
First question is, who is EJ Kenshin? She said, my son EJ has a YouTube. I'm on his whatever name. She said, I found it. And she's laughing. I'm not sure who this is, but she has a question she has something she wants y'all to shed light on. And that
Okay.
is, she said, please explain contestability clause. Is that-
Okay. Contestability clause. So so whenever you get a policy, right, there is what is called a contestable period of time, because a lot of times we have issues prior to getting the coverage, right?
Right.
So say for instance, you get a policy and you have a pre-existing condition, and you let them know up front that you have this pre-existing condition. They can give you either an exclusion rider for it, or if you don't tell them about it and they find out later on, and after you've had that policy for a certain amount of time, then that particular issue cannot be contested. They will have to pay even though you had that condition. So that's basically what that contestability clause is about.
Now,
Okay.
please tell us who you are. I think it's Denise. Who is AJ? AJ?
EJ.
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 EJ. Who is EJ Junior?
I'm not sure.
This is a junior. She's on. Anyway, tell us who
I'm
you
not
are in the
sure.
comments, EJ Kenshin. But welcome, y'all. Welcome to the.
Welcome,
Hi,
and thank you for
EJ.
that question. We appreciate that.
Share, share, share.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Explain before y'all get back into the conversation.
Sure.
Explain this flyer right here. What is this flyer all about?
So the flyer is it's called Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails, and I personally actually put the flyer together. Ms. Joyce said that we needed a flyer that can represent what it is that we're talking about, what we're doing, and who we are.
Mhm.
So I know that Ms. Joyce is an amazing host. Kim is an amazing co-host, and I felt that it was very, very important to put Real Talk Radio, Real Talk 100 radio station on there,
It's our
because
platform.
we have to let the people know,
Mhm.
who's standing behind us on this. If it had not been for Malcolm, then we wouldn't be here to be able to tell the stories, to be able to educate people. And then at the bottom three is myself, Miss Barbara, and Miss Denise. And on the flyer you have all of our phone numbers. So if you feel that you have the ability to talk to one versus the other, one of us stands out a little bit more, then you talk to that person. You talk to whoever you feel most comfortable with talking to. So that was my design for the flyer.
Awesome.
Awesome.
It has our contact information on there as well. So if you want to talk to one of us specifically, that you can call us specifically. Like I said, each one of us have our phone number, our personal business number on there, so that you can call us direct from that flyer, from our Facebook page or whatever, however you get the information in regards to the flyer. Our flyers are on our personal Facebook page, as well as Real Talk 100 Radio. And it is on Facebook, as well as on YouTube as well. Now, one of my friends on my live feed asked a question. She said, can you get coverage when you have a pre-existing illness? And I want to tell you this. Yes, you can. Hey, Chuck, shout out to my friend Chuck Pryor and his wife, Almika Pryor, that live here in Houston, Texas. Shout out to my friend Lisa Noak, who had the question about, can you get coverage when you have a pre-existing illness? And the answer to that question is yes, you can. You may have to pay a little bit more than what you would normally pay if you didn't have a pre-existing condition. It depends on the company and how they rate you.
Mhm.
There's a rate system that they use to determine how much more that they're going to charge you because of the pre-existing condition that you have. Shout out to my girl and my cousin, Portia Hill Hatton, who was on live with me as well. Shout out to Doris Reed. Love you, ladies. Glad that you guys are a part of our Real Talk, Let's Talk coverage over cocktails tonight. We are so glad to be here tonight. We are so glad to be able to have a platform where we can express to you guys how important it is to get coverage for your family, your friends, and your loved ones. It is so important. And there is coverage for everybody, no matter what your situation is. We are celebrating and we are lifting up those that are survivors of breast cancer.
Yes.
This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I got my mammogram.
Oh, I got mine.
I went and got mine.
Yeah, well, I'm scheduled. I
Okay.
honestly haven't gotten mine this year, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
scheduled to do that.
Well,
I took
in-
care of
in the
that.
next
I'ma
week.
tell you
I got
what,
that out the way.
The last time I had a mammogram, oh my God, they scared the bejesus out of me.
Why? How was that?
Because with me being a little heavy chested, you know, when they put, you know, they stuff your breast in there and they do
Put the
all,
pressure.
oh my God, it hurts
Yeah.
like heck.
Yes.
But when they did that, my tissue folded. So they were like, we saw something on your screen, and I was like, oh my God, my words and spirit just came to life. But when I went back, I prayed before I got there.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, oh, I'm sorry, but it was nothing, $1,500 later. But, you know, had something had transpired, then I knew I was still covered.
Better
Yeah.
safe
A
than
lot
sorry.
of us have really fibrous breast tissue.
Yes.
True.
So
So
that sometimes can kind of scare a person, you know, and they evaluate it just to make sure there's nothing going on.
Right.
But a lot of times our biochemical makeup is kind of is different, you know. So if you have those kind of concerns, it's not a major concern. It's just that some people your chemistry makeup is different.
Right.
You know.
Right. And everybody is different.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody's body is made differently. And that's why it's so important to get our checkups on a regular basis. And I'm not just speaking of the African American communities. I'm speaking of all.
Oh, it's everybody.
communities,
You have
just
to.
women.
You have to
Men
get
and
screened.
Yeah,
breast
men have
cancer.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. I've seen that happen
Mhm.
before as well. Men
The
get
famous
breast
Richard
cancer as well.
Roundtree was
Right,
one of
Richard
the
Roundtree had it.
famous
That's right.
people that had breast cancer.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
So
right.
men
Shout
can
out to
definitely get it.
Angela. Hey,
Mhm.
Angela Murray. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to you, girl. Thank you for joining us for coverage over cocktails. Love you guys in Palestine and Houston area that has joined us
Yes.
tonight. Y'all go
Cheers,
ahead and hit
guys.
us up with some questions. We're ready to go. Bam, bam, boom. We're ready to hit it. Let's get with it.
She on fire,
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
She went
We
back
are so excited. We are excited
Thank
about
you,
being
Angelica.
here. We thank Malcolm for this platform. Him and Lisa are awesome people to work with.
Yes.
We pushed Real Talk Radio 100 to the fullest. He has some of the most amazing people with some of the most awesome talks and encouragement and information
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Yes.
I'm
not
always
just us.
tuning in. Oh my God.
Yeah, I just started tuning
Yes.
in too. I just started tuning into other people as well because I noticed that they're tuning into us as well. So I
Mhm.
want to be supportive, and I find out when I'm supportive, I learn a little bit more than I didn't know
Yes.
before.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hey, hats off to you.
Oh yeah.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate
Kudos to you,
Oh my
Malcolm.
God.
Yes.
Kudos to you and Lisa. We
Yeah,
appreciate
your
you
show
guys.
is so diverse, and we
Yeah.
always run across
That's the
different
word.
scenarios. You have from really from A to Z
Right.
on your show, and we commend you for that.
Yeah,
and we
absolutely.
appreciate being a part of it.
Thank
you
y'all.
for letting
Thank
us
y'all,
be a
ladies.
part of it.
We're trying to build something here where everyone has something to tune into. We don't want to alienate any part of the community.
Yes.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know, white, black, big girl, skinny girl,
Latino.
big
Okay.
man, skinny
Mhm.
man, whatever your sexual orientation,
Mhm.
whatever your religion, whatever music you listen to, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. We're trying to touch everybody.
Yes.
What race you are, we're even trying to get Hispanic shows in here.
Mhm.
You know,
Awesome.
I can't speak with it.
You have Google Translate.
I use it a lot. And
Yes.
but I love the music. I will jam the music all day
Yes.
long.
I'm
You
a
know, so-
music lover myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love music. Love music.
So and I'll leave everybody with this before I hand the microphone back to the ladies. If you want your own show here at Real Talk 100 Radio, no matter what, age, creed, religion, sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is text SHOW to 936-333-1969. I'll put it on the screen here in a minute. But this show is Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktails. There's a life insurance coverage for everybody out there. Don't think that there's not a coverage for you. That's what this show is about. This show is also about teaching you to become your own bank. And I'm gonna see if they'll cover that here in just a minute because
Yes.
here in the last maybe 3 years, it's the first time I ever came across that kind of information. I was like, be my own bank. Yeah, right. Whatever. That's what I was saying 3 years ago. Now, fast forward 3 years later, I'm like,
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
It is a thing. It's a thing. Shout out to my girl, Evelyn Edwards. Glad to have you on here, Miss Evelyn. Shout out to Vanessa Foreman. Hey, Miss Vanessa. What's up, cuz? My beautiful cousins. Listen, yes, if you want us to talk about being your own bank, let me tell you what I use insurance for to be my own bank. I use that because I have grandchildren. Everybody who knows me know how crazy I am about the little people that I call my little tribettes. And I love them a whole lot. But my husband and I are getting to the age where, sooner or later, we're going to be on a fixed income. It's not going to even be about us working all the time,
True.
but we're going to be on a set income, right?
Mhm.
And we just know that as they grow, they're still going to need things. They're going to want to go to college. They're going to want to buy a house. And what do they always do when they get started trying to get anything? They want a car. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
They always want something, right?
Lord
Always something, right?
And with them, that once they get a car, at that age, that insurance is
As much as the car know, as
Yes.
much as the car know.
you
it's
need
more.
all the
It's
backup
not
you
more,
can
you're right.
get.
Right,
Well-
exactly. All
Yes.
the backup you can get. So what I did was I got insurance for all my grandkids so that not only it has a death benefit, but it has cash value. So when they get a certain age, I can pull from that insurance policy. I can pull the cash value from that insurance so that I can give them what they need or help them out however that I can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I personally thought about when I got coverage for my children. And you can only get that with whole life.
Oh
The whole life. You can't get that with a term policy. You can't get that with a return of premium policy. You can only get that with a whole life policy.
Yeah, and then it's tax-free money.
Tax free, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, where else you gonna get some tax-free
Tax
money?
free, yes,
That's
absolutely.
legal.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And here's another thing. And as Malcolm was saying about you can be your own bank, you can get as many insurance policies as you want. And you can use them for whatever purposes that you would like to use them for. You can have them for death benefits, but you can also use that cash value so that later on in life, as you're needing it for yourself and for your family, you're able to pull from that
That's right.
policy.
That's
You're
right.
able to pull it. We know somebody in our business that bought what was it, a Range Rover?
A
He bought
Range
his
Rover.
wife. Yeah.
Pull
yeah.
that money out. and
I
buy
wish
her a
my
Range
husband
Rover.
had a thought about me. Come on now. No, I could have done with a Range Rover.
Rover.
Me too. Boom, boom.
Yeah, but
Yes,
understand though with those benefits, you have to allow that money to grow.
Right.
You can't put it in and just think like in a year or two you're going to be able to go ahead and pull that out.
That's right.
You know,
Make
give
it
it some time to build that interest and
That's
for
right.
it to grow.
That's
And just put it in your budget just like you do everything else
right.
to have at least a decent substantial amount so that you'll know that okay, I'm putting this much in.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is how it's going to grow.
Right.
And each situation is different.
Right.
Right.
So we'll sit down with you and go over the interest rates and the different carriers that
Yeah.
because each carrier is different.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
you
We
do
have
have the
25 different
opportunity.
carriers.
Yes.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
You have the opportunity to just let that money sit there because in a bank, what does it do?
It don't do nothing.
Yeah, they tell
Nothing.
you
They don't do nothing. You get-
0.03.
Yes.
Yeah. That
But by the
interest
time
is so
you pay
little.
the monthly
Right.
fees, if you have an
Right.
NS fee,
Oh my
an
goodness.
NSF fee, whatever, you done paid more than that little
Yeah,
Oh,
0.03%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to Denise. Denise says she's trying to call in. Malcolm is working on that, Denise, so we can get you in. Shout out to my girl Sherry Randall. Hey, Evangelist. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you, Elder Billy Cook, for getting on with us today. Oh, thank you, ladies. You guys are awesome. I'm glad to have you join us tonight as we talk coverage over cocktails. So, for you guys that are out there, go ahead, sit back, get your favorite beverage. What is it, Dr. Pepper? Coke? Could be some water.
Sparkling water,
Oh,
whatever, guys.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Yeah, let's have
Get
this
you some
conversation.
Stella if you want to. Stella Rosa, she's good.
Thank you for calling. Thank
Get
you
you
for
some
calling. Let's talk
chocolates.
coverage over cocktails. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with tonight?
Hey, Denise. Thank you.
So, yes, you do.
Thank you, Denise. I try not to.
Come on, guys.
Yes, we're waiting
Loud
for
and
you.
clear. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to my live feed real quick. Denise, hold that thought. I'm going to my live feed real quick. I have my good friend Angela Jones who is watching, and she asked, "What are some of the carriers that we write through?" Well, we write through some of the most major carriers, such as National Life Group,
Mhm.
American National, Mutual of Omaha, AIG, who else?
Foresters.
Foresters,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Fidelity.
Fidelity,
Um,
Global Atlantic.
National
we-
Western,
Yeah.
AIG,
Yeah.
America. It's a variety.
So we have a
Um,
variety
Global
of,
Atlantic.
carriers that we write through. Just give me a call. Yes,
Yes.
carriers that have been around for centuries that have excellent reputations. They do excellent business. Shout out to my girl Veronica Schaffner, who is a nurse. Glad to have you on here with us tonight. Shout out to Flor Marquin. I see you, Flor.
Hey, Flor.
All right, Flor. Woo-hoo! Flor is one of our mentors for us being insurance agents. She has mentored all of us and helped us become very vocal, very proud, very
Yes.
confident. Yeah, she is. She's the one. So we're glad to have her
Yes.
following us tonight and on Talk Radio with us as well. So we are on Facebook Live. We are on YouTube Live. Just type in Real Talk Radio 100 Radio, and you can actually type in your comments, and we can, and everybody that is watching can also see it on the screen as well. And we just want to share. We want to answer any questions that you guys may have. So one of the things that I also wanted to bring up was because one of my friends, Lisa Note, had asked, if you have a pre-existing condition, can you get coverage?
Yes, you can.
So yeah, and you can. So say for instance, you have breast cancer, and you want to know if you can get coverage. Well, you can, but you have to be in remission. So it determines how much you'll have to pay for coverage, depending on how long you have been in remission.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Diabetic,
Yes,
still
yes,
get coverage.
absolutely.
yeah, you can be
Absolutely.
a diabetic and
Mhm.
still get coverage.
So the way I explain it to people sometimes is that, just like car insurance, they rate you for car insurance.
That's right.
So,
Right.
based on your age,
Right.
your accident
age.
history and things like that. So think of life insurance as the same thing. They also auto insurance also looks at how many times you've had accidents
That's
over the
right.
years.
That's
So,
right.
and if you're putting your children on there, I mean,
right.
your insurance varies depending on what all you're getting.
Mhm.
If you want full coverage, if you want
Liability.
liability,
Yeah.
things like that.
Liability is
you
term.
liability is term. So you just that's the way I explain to people to when they get on their level.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, and understand too, guys, with pre-existing conditions, we say that that the majority of people can get it.
right.
Each carrier is different, and it does depend on your condition. So they, like
And
you
your
guys say,
age.
yeah, and your age. So they'll
Your age.
run that process. And there's a system called the MIB, that Medical Information Bureau.
That's
So
right.
anything that's in those in that system is going to come up, and the carriers are going to see that.
That's
So
right.
they're rating you accordingly,
Right,
according
exactly.
to what they
Because they
see
find in
there.
the system. That's
Yes.
And
right.
then you got to think about it. Even if say for instance we're not able to get you a policy, we pray that we are, right?
Mhm.
Right.
But there's something for everybody. It might be that maybe you've aged out, and we can
Mhm.
still get you some final expense
Right.
insurance as
Right.
well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just have to be evaluated first.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Shout out to Kimberly Johnson. Hey, Kim. Shout out to my boy, Reverend Jonathan Strange. All my Palestine people are on here. I thank you guys for you guys' support on tonight as we talk coverage over cocktails.
Yes.
So we're also celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. Y'all see, I got
I'm repping my
shirt,
pink.
We're wearing
And-
our pink.
Yes.
She got her pink
I got
mixed
peach.
in with her. She got her,
Yeah.
she got peach. She got
And I
Peach
wore
and
this shirt on
peach.
purpose because I wanted people to know the name of the company that we're doing this insurance with. That while
Right.
we're talking about all this life insurance.
right.
So we
Gotcha.
we got to go to Vegas, and that's where I met Miss Kim. Oh my God, had an amazing time. And they were selling some of the merchandise there. So
Yeah.
that's what this shirt is. It's close to
Mhm.
pink. It's
I
peach,
got mine.
Yeah.
but it's PHPH.
Yeah, and I'm representing my pink, repping my pink tonight.
Well,
And
well,
I also have on scrubs. I got my little pink t-shirt underneath. But I did this to give a shout out to all the healthcare providers, the nurses,
absolutely.
the
Yeah,
doctors,
absolutely.
the caregivers, everybody that stands in the gap when individuals are going through this process of
Exactly.
breast cancer. And
Absolutely.
because I personally have, not myself, but I've had experienced my sister-in-law. She was young, when we found out that she had breast cancer, and she passed away, in her early 30s.
Wow.
And my aunt also had breast cancer. So it's always something that's close to you, just like any death in general.
Mhm.
It's situations that are close to you in every avenue. So we just give shout outs to everybody that's a part of the whole
Process.
system.
That's right.
From
That's
the
right.
doctors to the nurses to the caregivers and then us at being providers of insurance, so that we can cover certain instances.
And then
No.
I want to give a shout out to the neighborhoods that are facing chemicals being spilled out in their neighborhoods. I was at City Hall a couple of weeks ago as a realtor, because we have a lot of things going on, and neighborhoods that are trying to come up, but people are trying to stop the neighborhoods because they don't want certain people in their neighborhood. In regards to the chemicals that are being exposed to these neighborhoods, a 13-year-old baby lost his life to lupus because of what he was inhaling while he's trying to
Exposed to all
walk
that
to the
time.
bus stop, while the water is contaminated and things like that. So they're being exposed to it in so many ways that we have to get this awareness out there, because we're not just losing our elderly, we're
That's
losing
right.
our babies too.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
That's right. We are. We are. It is. It's amazing how widespread things are. And here's the thing: we don't never think it's going to hit us.
Right.
We don't never think it's going to hit us until it does. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We never think about just how close, because we keep putting off stuff because we're thinking, oh, we're good
That's
right
it.
now.
That's
I'm
the
good.
truth. Mhm.
I'm good.
My
Oh,
kids
I don't
are
have to worry
young.
about it right
Mhm.
now. I even tried to talk to some younger people about getting some life insurance. And the first thing I heard was, oh, I don't need none right now. What you mean you don't need none right
You
now?
need it more than
my
anybody.
goodness.
Baby,
What you mean you
look,
don't need it right now?
Not the way they
Wow.
talking and
Wow.
texting.
Okay.
Driving and
driving
texting.
and text.
No, baby.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
And the thing is, if I
Absolutely.
had known what I know now, when I was the age of a lot of these young people, 18, these young people,
Yeah.
and when we talk about the having your own bank,
Yeah.
this is a prime example. If you want all these exclusive things, you're paying money for your phones, your tennis shoes, all the things that
That's
you
right.
love so dearly.
Right.
Just take time out and put a certain amount of money, $50 or whatever
A
aside.
month.
A month.
A month. We ain't even asking for it a week. We asking for it for just
Yes.
a month.
And watch how that money grows,
Right.
over the years. Before you know it, you're not going to be 18, 20, 25, 30
That's right.
forever.
That's right.
By the time you get to those age ranges, you can have enough money in the bank to buy you a brand new car.
That's right.
You can purchase your home.
That's
You
right.
can
And
do
Kyle,
so
you can
many
purchase
things.
your
You can pay for your education. If you got student loans, you can pay for those student loans.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so many
Absolutely.
things that you can do with those benefits.
That's right.
But you got to get covered. You got to
Gotta
get covered.
first.
It
Gotta get
covers your
covered
life,
first.
and you can save money.
That's right. So that's what we mean
Mhm.
when Malcolm was asking about how you can be your own
Yes.
bank. So you start at a young age. You can start right where you are. It doesn't even matter how old you
That's
are.
right.
You just continue to make those payments on a regular basis,
Mhm.
and it's going to draw money. It's going to pile up for you. And then whenever you do need to pull it out, guess what? It's tax free.
Come on now.
It's tax free.
Tax what?
It's free.
Tax free.
Free.
And you can
Free
always
to
assess your
sell.
situation down the line. Get
right.
with your agent, assess your situation. If you need to add more,
That's right.
you can
You can
always do
always-
that
That's
later.
right. It's right.
You know?
You can add it later. Exactly. You can always do that. You can shout out to Joanne Hill Pierce, my cousin. She's a nurse. We thank you for all your service as a nurse.
Yes.
Shout out to
Mhm.
Tina Barnett. Tina says, I need help. Tina, give me a call, sweetie. I'll be happy to help you. We can have a conversation
Yes.
one-on-one. I'll be happy to help you. I'll get with you. Not a problem.
Mhm.
Elder Billy says this is the right number, 836-560.
832.
It's 832. Did I put 6? I'm sorry. It's 832-560. Oh, wow. I did.
2885.
I bulged that up. I'm so sorry. Y'all, I don't have my glasses on tonight either. So y'all please forgive me for that. So if you want to call in and talk to us, the number is 832-560-2885.
Yes.
That's
Call,
it.
call.
us.
Yes, and
We'll
guys,
answer
remember
those
we're
questions.
located throughout
Yes,
the
Tina.
city.
I got you, Tina.
There's
I'll
Palestine,
get you
there's the
taken
Houston
care of
area,
for
there's Missouri
Thank
City.
you.
So we're all over the place, and we'd be
We
happy to
are.
meet you where you are
We'll
as
meet
well.
you right where
And,
you
and,
are.
and if you don't feel
Mhm.
comfortable with us coming to you because we're complete strangers to you, we will meet you on Zoom.
Yeah, we can talk, we can FaceTime, we can Zoom. We're up on all the modern technologies of how we can communicate. So however you guys feel comfortable talking to us, we'll be happy to meet you where you are. If you want to meet at Starbucks, we'll drive to Starbucks.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll meet you wherever
We'll
you want
meet
to
you
meet.
wherever you want to meet so we can talk, because this is very, very important. Insurance coverage is very, very important.
Mhm.
So for my Palestinians, As you know, we have seen so much. You in Dallas, Tina? That's fine. I'll drive to Dallas. That's not a problem. You ain't talking about nothing I can't do. I drove to Houston from Palestine by myself without Mr. Hutchinson.
But I was giving her directions over the phone.
So anybody that know me know I'm not good at driving by myself.
okay.
Just don't. But I've been making it happen for the last month, and we've been talking coverage over cocktails. Why? Because it's just that important.
Oh yeah.
It's
It
just
is
that important.
absolutely important.
Yeah.
It's absolutely important, and to be able to have this platform to put that information out as far as I can, that is my mission. That is my mission.
And
So Tina, I'll meet you in Dallas. Not a problem. Just give me a call, and I'll be happy to set up a day and time. I'll come to Dallas to you. We'll sit down and we'll talk about coverage.
yes.
Yeah. So not just for your grandkids, but even your grown kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
They need coverage too.
Yes,
Everybody
they
need
do.
coverage.
Yeah,
They do.
everybody needs
Everybody.
coverage.
Mhm.
They
Man,
need
woman,
coverage.
boy, girl. They need coverage.
Y'all might not have been on one of our shows where we were talking about if you can cover your ex, cover him too. Your baby daddies, everybody.
That's
Come on
right.
now.
Yeah, we were
Everybody-
talking
You
about
get
it.
their,
We was
get
saying
their permission, but
everybody.
you can
Yeah,
cover them.
yeah.
You can
If
cover
there's
them.
insurable
If
interest,
they're in,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
that's
can
what it's
cover
called, insurable interest.
That's right.
you can cover them.
You can cover them.
You
It's
get insurance. You get insurance. So, we want everybody to be covered because,
We do as much as
we
possible.
living in a day where you can't even go down the street.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what was that last year? That lady was driving, coming from Walmart, and her baby ended up getting shot in the back seat, and she's on the freeway on 59.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm sure she wasn't thinking that
Ain't
she's
she?
gonna just from driving that she
That
her
she
car
lose
was
her
gonna
baby.
get shot up and
Right.
she lose her
Mhm.
baby.
Right.
So it's too much happening. Baby Malaya Davis that passed away a few years ago. I'm sure the family wasn't expecting that baby to be, found in a trash bag. I mean, we
Right.
have so many instances that happen. These babies that you put them on their belly to go to sleep. When you're really not supposed to, and they
Mhm.
dying in the crib. I mean, it's so much going on. We gotta cover them from the womb to the grave.
That's right.
That's what I was about to ask. We should really cover our children
Yes.
at birth.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
birth
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes, most
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I mean, I wish, here lately, here in the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing a meme on Facebook, and it makes me think. And I'm going to pose this question to y'all and to our listening audience.
Okay.
There's a red door and there's a blue door. They're going to give you 10 million in the blue door, or they're going to, you pick the red door and you go back and use everything you learned. Which one are you going to pick?
I want to go back.
You want to go back?
If I use everything I
Wow.
learned, I'm gonna have more than that 10,000.
Oh,
Exactly. I'm
absolutely.
going back.
You sure will.
That is, if I was to go back. If I knew back then what I know right now,
What
Oh
you
my
know
God.
now,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
it's,
It would be, I wouldn't.
it would be absolutely priceless.
Somebody,
Yeah.
would
I'm
be,
telling you.
somebody would be
Exactly.
sitting here instead of me.
Exactly.
okay?
I'd be paying them.
That's right.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
right.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
my mom used to say that all the time. If I knew back then what I know now,
Yes, that's
Yes.
it.
you know,
That's
and
it.
now I'm older and I know some things that I wished I had have known back then. Or better yet, I wish I had have took advantage. Because here's the thing, Mom and them talked about getting coverage all the time. They
Mhm.
always had the insurance man that came and knocked on the door of the house, and they would collect insurance, the
Premiums.
premiums every month and
Mhm.
everything. And that was fine and dandy and stuff. Sometimes, Evelyn Edwards, Kim, what if they're on dialysis? Miss Evelyn, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up for you, okay? I'm gonna give you a call about that. Let me double check and see which one of my providers that does that covers people that have certain issues, and I'll get back with you. So I'm gonna table that question. Shout out to First Lady Laquita Simpson. Hey, cuz. Shout out to my sister Marilyn Hollis. I love you too, Marilyn. Love you too, sweetheart.
And the thing is, too, guys, a lot of people talk about the pre-existing conditions and things like that. The whole point of us pushing so hard for people to get covered, get it but before something happens.
Right.
Because
right.
the majority of the time, if you do have like some pre-existing conditions, they may not be able to cover you.
That's true.
That
is
I mean,
true.
like we were saying, you can get evaluated and they can run they'll do the medical
Right.
tests and things like that to see what you have, what extent, but the main thing is get this coverage now
As soon as
before
possible.
something comes
That's
up.
right.
That's why I pushed it. They get it when when the babies come out.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
because once you have it, that's it's going to be so much harder and so much more expensive.
Yeah, and then you can transfer ownership of that policy. So
Right. That's
say
right.
for instance, the child is working at age 21. You want to transfer the ownership to them, transfer it on.
That's
them pay
right.
for
Let
it
them
at that
pay
point.
for it. That's right.
But by then they didn't have built up a lot of cash value.
That's right.
They
That's
have
true.
they have it going on at that point.
That's right.
That could
Absolutely.
be- that's your gift to them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's your gift to them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handle your business. But yeah.
Yes.
I
Explain,
send my number to your inbox. Awesome. Thank you, Tina. Hello,
explain,
Miss Alice.
explain
You doing
cash
okay?
value. We know what cash value means, but to somebody who doesn't know, I mean, it's obvious. There's cash, and there's value. But
Mhm.
how do you simplify that term to somebody who knows nothing about life insurance? What can they do if they have cash value? What can they do with it?
Well, they can use that money for whatever they're needing. Once it builds up to a certain amount after so many years, right?
Yes.
Right.
After so many years.
It's just like you put money in a bank account. If you're letting it sit there, and maybe it's an account where say for instance, I set up an account for my child and they're not able to touch it till they're 21.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you can look at it like that as well. So I'm steady putting money in it, so it's building up. So they're building the cash value the same way with these whole life policies.
Yeah, that's that money that's available for them to pull out for whatever it is
That's
That's
that
tax-free.
they're
Right,
needing.
right. And here's the thing, depending on how long you've had that policy, you can check with your insurance company and find out how much cash of value is available to you
Mhm.
after a certain amount of time. Now, mind you, you're going to only be able to get a portion of what it is because of the fact that they're going to always be, I think it's up to 75%, because 25% of it is still for death benefits.
Mhm.
So your whole life insurance policy is still going to cover your death benefits, but you still have a cash value amount that you can pull from.
So basically like a savings account.
Yes,
Yes,
kind of like a savings
yes.
account, but whenever you get ready to, hey Midas Martin, what's up, nephew? How you doing? Good to see you. So you'll still have money that you can pull from that whole life policy.
Mhm.
But you'll be able to check with and keep up with how much is available
Mhm.
for you to do that.
And that,
So, like I said, it's not something that you can start paying on it for 6 months and think you're gonna pull some
right,
money out for
right.
it.
No,
That's
no,
what I was
That's
gonna
not
say.
how that works.
It has to
Mhm.
build up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to build up. It has to build up. It's like planting a seed and waiting for that tree to grow.
Mhm.
So that is what you're doing. You're planting a seed when you buy the policy, but it's going to take some years for that tree to really sprout up
Yes.
and stand tall and strong to
Mhm.
where you can pick those beautiful leaves and those beautiful fruits from.
Yeah.
Come
And
on
what,
now.
what they need to
Stop
understand
cutting.
also is that while
Okay,
that
right.
money is building, there's certain time frames, like
Right.
you're saying, that they can pull it out.
Right.
Now, if you're in a dire need and you need to pull some out, before one of those periods has come like the 5-year, 10-year, before that time, then you will be penalized for that. There are fees for that for taking it out.
Gotcha.
But if you wait to those points, just designate that time, 5 years, 10 years,
Gotcha.
and then at that point, you can pull that out without any fees or, jeopardizing any of that money.
This sounds similar to something I went through. So tell me, am I on the right path?
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was in a car accident. My dad got hit from behind, and as part of the stipulation, as part of the punishment to the guy for hitting us in the back, he had to. I forgot the terminology, but long story short, he had to devote some money to my trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up screwing it off. I ended up messing it off when I got in trouble. My dad, once I turned 21, he took everything out to keep me out of the jail. So anyway, what y'all are describing sounds just like the trust I had. He had to let it build over time,
Mm-hmm.
and then at a certain age, which was 21, he could then withdraw.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, basically, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the same
It's a lot
concept.
similar.
It's a similar.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's similar
Mm-hmm.
because it is not about the age.
It's not about the age.
It's not about
It's
the
the
age.
time period.
It's
The
the time
timing.
period.
Okay, so what's the least amount of time for a life insurance policy to mature?
So it's going to depend on the carrier.
It depends on the
Usually
carrier.
5 years though.
5 years.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So if a child is born now, which is I forgot October 13th.
13.
October 13th, child is born. It's 2023, so 2033 will be 10 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
Would they be able to withdraw at that point or before? Possibly.
Yes.
They can, yeah.
They can,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't advise it.
Wouldn't advise it.
Wouldn't advise it.
I mean, unless it was a true emergency.
Yeah, it just depends on how much you want that, that money to grow, and if you need something that, if something's that urgent, absolutely, get with your agent, and they can work that out where you can, draw on that money. But just any time before those time periods, those withdrawal periods, there are fees involved.
There are fees involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry.
I'm primarily concerned with. I'm just trying to get more familiar with the terminology
Mhm.
and of what y'all are talking about. I'm a rookie to this,
Mhm.
so I'm asking. I'm probably speaking for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yes.
If we already know I'm older now, I'm not 15, I'm not 20, I'm not 21, and that's the ideal time to get it when you're young.
Mhm.
Now that I'm older, I'm all about investing and being able to be my own bank. That's why I'm always saying it.
Mhm.
So that's what I want to know about. How I don't get me wrong, I'm not completely blind to it, to some of the knowledge, because I sit here and watch YouTube all day
Mhm.
and listen to some of these gurus.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, that's my next play. I'm gonna do that. But I'm in the process of fixing credit right now before I can do some of the things they're telling me to do.
Mhm.
But as it pertains to life insurance, what can I do right now as a 53-year-old man to be my own bank by the time I'm 63?
Get your UIL.
The
UIL?
IUL,
Get your index.
Index Universal Life.
Index Universal Life.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Explain that to me. In layman's terms, what does Index Universal Life? Did I say that right?
Mhm.
What does Index Universal Life?
In the index portion is a part of the stock market. They dabble a little bit in the stock market as far as how they invest.
Okay.
Some of your income. It's a whole life product.
Right.
And it is a permanent policy.
Okay.
So they use portions of that money in the stock market.
Okay.
But with the funds that are used, you're not at risk of losing any of your money. Your money, the money that you put in, of course,
Stocks go up.
yes,
Yeah.
because of the fact that it is a life policy.
Mhm.
Also, portions of it is going toward your death benefit, and there's like administration fees, things like that a portion of it goes to,
Right.
and then the index portion, they're investing that in order for your money to grow. Your money will grow. Times when the stock market is up, but when the stock market is down, your money is going to stay
Still,
consistent. It's
gonna
not
stay
going to
still.
it's not going to be touched.
Right.
That sounds
You don't
like
lose any of your money,
Right. It's like
and that's the same
annuity.
thing with
that sounds
annuities.
like a mutual
Yes.
fund.
Like an
No,
annuity, not a
mutual
mutual fund.
fund is totally different because this is a very risky product,
Yeah.
Right.
and we don't deal in
That
mutual
don't
funds.
deal with
one-
mutual.
Mutual is when the stock market goes down, so does that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
does your money.
That's right.
Mhm.
Okay. So tell me again, Index.
Universal life.
Universal
life.
life.
It's a permanent policy, the whole life product.
Okay. That's what I'm interested in, because
Mhm.
I'm killing myself. We're killing ourselves. We're serial entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
and it's work, 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 work. I
Yes.
mean, don't get me wrong. We play and we play hard, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's 90, 92, 95% work and 5% play. I want that to even out.
Yes.
Right,
And
right.
guys, we have to understand at our age, I'm a bit older than you are, Malcolm.
Me
at
too.
our age, in order to benefit from products like that, we have to put
Quite a
a
bit.
good amount of money
To catch up.
into those. Yeah.
To catch
In,
up.
in order to see a good benefit by the time you're, say, 63, by the time I'm 65 or 70 or whatever.
But it can
you know,
work.
It can definitely work,
It'll still work
but
for
you have to put a substantial
put
amount of
some
money
money.
there. You know,
Right.
anywhere from I'll say 450 and up. You know, depends on what your goal is.
450
$450.
$450
A
and
month.
up
a
in
month.
order for it to
It's not bad.
grow or benefit you.
It's
You know,
not
so
bad.
you just prioritize what it is you want. You know, if this is how you want your banking system to go, set that aside and do it.
Exactly.
It's
You know, because
doable.
at this point, we don't have time to really think
Be
that
playing.
hard about it, because I'll be 61 next week. So I got, yes, I put it out there, but yeah, so in order for me to benefit from my policy, I had to go hard, because had I done it younger, I had it younger, didn't keep it,
Yeah.
so had I kept it
That's
that
okay.
way, I'd have been sitting really, really pretty right now.
That's what
But
I'm
now
saying.
I have to go in hard in order to save that money, in order to have
it's-
something for retirement.
And it's sad to say, at our age, we're having to work more than one job.
Yes, we have to.
Whether we're entrepreneurs or whether we
Mhm.
are just regular working people,
Right.
we're having to work more than one job in order to have just a little bit to put
Mhm.
back, just a
Exactly.
little bit to put up,
Exactly.
just to keep up with how high everything is right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm tripping about how high the bread is at the grocery store. I remember about maybe 20 years ago, I had a sister-in-law that lived in California, and I remember her telling me
oh, it's so expensive.
bread was like $5 way back
Yes.
then. Okay, now we're here 20 years
there. I had to
later.
drink on that.
You come to Texas, and that's about how much a loaf of bread
Mhm.
is.
Girl.
But everything is going higher and higher, and everything going up at the pay. How about
Yeah.
that?
And
Everything
depending
know,
on what
everything
kind of
but pay
products
is
you
going
want to
up.
buy,
Yeah,
if you want
Exactly.
the name brand products, you're gonna
You're gonna pay some
for
money.
it.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
you're gonna pay some money.
Yes,
Mhm.
You better
indeed.
get ready for a rainy day because it's about to rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to sip on
And
that.
then when the pandemics happened, everybody raiding the stores and you don't even have nothing left.
Right? Oh my
Mhm.
goodness! Yeah, I remember when the
Mhm.
pandemic hit,
Yes.
and
oh my God.
you couldn't even find toilet paper. Anything
Oh my goodness!
in the
Nothing.
stores.
But there were so many
Anything
people that were
like that.
stockpiling too.
Yeah. Oh
Yes.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
could go to their house and
Mhm.
shop.
Yes.
You know.
Shout out to my girl Janie Dudley. How
Mhm.
you doing, Janie? Good
Yeah.
evening. Thank you for joining us with as we talk coverage over cocktails tonight on a Friday night. Hey, it's Friday.
Yes.
It's
and-
Friday, and we're excited.
Yes.
We're excited about having some real talk about some real life situations
Mhm.
because a lot of times, and here's another thing: we want to make these uncomfortable conversations
Yes, guys.
to be comfortable.
Yes.
Let's get it out there on the table and say it for what it is and address it
Mhm.
the best way that we can. We got to have a plan.
Mhm.
I remember hearing this when I was in school. If you fail to plan, then your plan will fail.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
The
indeed.
true fact.
And that's about everything in life. That's
Oh,
about
yeah.
everything in life. If you don't have a plan, and I ain't talking about just a plan A, but you better have a backup plan too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Better have a plan
Damn,
B
need to see.
and a C
Mhm.
right about
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
So
Because I missed you guys last week. Remember when I was out? I had that
Yes.
personal experience. With my nephew. It was my sister's son, and she was killed in '92, and then that tragic accident. Just we all went to Michigan in July of this year, and it was so wonderful because we were just together for just a great occasion. It wasn't
Yeah.
for anything sad. We were just together just to hang out, and he was there. So we just, we were
Hey,
so
Michelle.
happy that we had that opportunity to be with him and spend that time with him, because it could have been either one of us,
that's right. That's right.
and it just happened that that was a serious blow, for him to not be with us anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was at the hands of an individual. He
Mm.
was murdered.
Wow.
And
my
see,
God.
it's so many things that happen to us on a shoot, on a daily basis, we don't know.
We don't know.
And we had that. We, once the memorial services was over, we had that uncomfortable conversation, about, okay, what are we doing here, guys? Is everybody covered?
Right.
Because each one of us have to cross this path one
Exactly.
day.
That's
And
right.
we
We
know
all gotta
this.
go this way.
We know this.
That's right.
So, what are we doing about it? Analyze your situations as an individual family unit and talk to each other. Let's talk now.
Right.
If there's something we need to do, let's put a fund together. Let's do
Yeah,
Let's
something
do something.
so that we won't have to go through the situations of
be
not
caught off
being
guard.
covered. Being
You
caught
know,
off guard.
Yeah. Nobody
Yes.
would be
I-
caught off
yeah,
guard. We don't want to
people-
have that conversation
Yeah.
when the person dies to
Exactly.
say,
We
okay,
should've
but
put
does
Uh-huh.
so and so have insurance? No, I'm gonna need y'all to help.
You know what? And like in this situation, my nephew was not fully covered, but because his brother, his younger brother has a major church there. So many people came together, and he didn't miss a beat on that. But everybody's not that fortunate.
Everybody's not that
No.
fortunate.
That's right.
He was in a situation where, his brother would say, "Well, okay, come on, let me get this policy on you." He's like, "Well, I don't need no policy. You're not gonna get no policy." He was just one of those young people that didn't want to do it,
Oh,
and it just happened that, his life was taken unexpectedly.
Right.
Yeah. And
So
it happens.
it happens. It happens every day.
Every
So
day.
it's a serious situation that we need to address. Everybody needs to sit down uncomfortably and really talk about
That's
it.
right.
Talk about what's happening in your family and who's covered and who's not.
That's right.
That's right. That's
It
right.
doesn't have to be something major.
No,
not
at all.
Term policies are good policies.
They are.
They're
are.
inexpensive,
That's right.
but they do have a time frame.
That's
Mhm.
right.
They will expire.
Exactly.
So you just set a time, 10, 20, 30 years, for those policies, get a minimal policy, within your budget that you can afford, but just get something.
Get
Mhm.
something.
Get something.
Don't
We
have
are
nothing.
right. We talk about the permanent and the be your own bank and things like that. For those who can budget and do that,
Right.
if you can do that, I would advise that, of
Exactly.
course.
Oh yeah.
But if you can't, just get something.
Get something.
Yeah.
And don't be trying to get more than what you really can afford.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
I
The
ask you all the
suitability
time.
is key.
Hey, make sure it can fit in your budget. Don't go without paying your rent. Keeping a roof over your children here.
That's right.
Trying to have a $500,000 policy.
Right.
when
Right.
Your budget
Mhm.
is really for a $50,000 policy.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah,
Do
just
you-
so you have something.
Do you know, I talked to, when I was in college, I did case studies on the homeless.
Mhm.
I spoke with a homeless guy that was homeless and was living off his life insurance.
Mhm.
I had no idea that was possible.
Yeah,
He was living, he said,
it's possible.
he said, I'm homeless, but
I'm good.
I'm good.
Come on now.
He just didn't want to be a part of the system anymore.
Right.
Mhm.
And
That's
there's
what he-
many of them like that.
A lot of people
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a part of the endless cycle. So I was like, dude, you crazy. I mean, because you already know it's 110 degrees out here.
Come on
You're-
now.
Yeah.
You're out here dirty and filthy. But-
Mhm.
He was good. He would go
Mhm.
and he's not one of the ones that stands on the corner and begs. He just lives on the street in a tent
Mhm.
down there by George R. Brown and Minute Maid Park.
Right.
Mhm.
And he's good.
Don't have
Come
to
on
worry
now.
about electricity. None of that.
Don't have to worry
But
about
he-
none of
Because
that.
those
he-
electric
but he was
electric
smart
bills
enough to
can
get
be a booger.
Life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was
There's
smart to get
something.
life insurance.
Yeah.
He was and he was very successful.
Mhm.
Before he became homeless, had a life insurance on it. His kids used to come down there and see him.
Mhm.
Dad, come on now, you don't have to live like
Right.
this. I mean, in their Benzes, and I mean, it was crazy. I was
Yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
you're crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna ever be that tired of the system. What about y'all?
Uh-uh.
No,
I like
no,
sleeping in my bed.
I won't be that tired of the system, but
I won't never be that
I
tired.
understand the concept of some of those people. And, I could never do it, but some of them are just tired of the bureaucracy,
Exactly.
and they know that there are certain things that really shouldn't be. We do it because we want to do it, and sometimes we can afford it, sometimes we can't, but we find a way
Find a
because
way.
that's how we want to live.
Right.
But many people aren't built that way. and they
Mhm.
just refuse to buy into the system.
That's right.
You know.
So I have a question for one of my friends that is on live. She says, "Tell us why we need life insurance and how we say that we can't afford it, but we're paying 3 cell phone bills and we're paying
Talk.
for unnecessary funds everywhere except reality that death is a thing that can't be avoided."
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
Elder Billy Cook, you are absolutely right.
Mhm.
A lot of time people say what they cannot afford,
Mhm.
but the reality of it is not that they can't afford it, is that they choose not to.
They choose not
Exactly.
to.
They choose
Mhm.
not to. So that's one of the reasons why we're using this platform to talk about the importance of life insurance and
Mhm.
having coverage and what it's good for. A lot of times, and we see that a whole lot. And me coming from a background of working at a funeral home in the East Texas area, I'm used to seeing stuff like that happen, where people come in and they lost a loved one, but then they got to go call everybody that they ain't talked to in forever to
Right.
help bury somebody.
Mhm.
But you got cell phones, you got insurance on that cell phone.
Yes.
You're buying tennis shoes. It costs
$300.
$200, $300
Mhm.
just to say that you got the latest trend out. It ain't gonna
Yes.
even last for a long period of time.
Mhm.
Or just to say you bought an outfit that costs X amount of dollars to wear out to the club because it's the weekend, everybody coming home because it's a holiday weekend. We see that a lot. So
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why we're having this conversation, and we're doing it on a regular basis so we can hope to reach out to the community and reach out to people who do not see that this is very important. See, here's the thing that I learned about people: you do what's important to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
As a person myself, I do what's important to me. You know what's important to me? Eating.
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure some food in the house
Right.
because I help like to eat.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Come on now.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
But that's a necessity. You know,
Yeah,
but there's
it might be a
there's
necessity,
misplaced affordability.
It might be
You
a
know.
necessity, but let me tell you
Some people
something.
think they
I
can
like me
afford
some
something.
shrimp,
I like some lobster.
and I mean,
Some
a certain type of
crabs.
food that I like, and I'm gonna make sure I got that
Uh-huh.
because that's what I choose.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
You
important
know,
to me.
Mhm.
I'm using that as a small example.
Look,
Yeah.
You know,
before
so
I
I'm
did
just-
the super locks, I had to have the most expensive hair weave.
Yes.
See,
You know,
now
I was
that was
going,
Yes,
another
ma'am.
baby,
thing.
I go order me some weave, or I go to
Yeah.
She's Happy Hair, spend
Mhm.
$400, $600
Yeah.
on a bundle.
That's
Yeah.
money.
And these
Yeah.
women are doing that. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
the lashes spending
Women are
$100.
spending
Misplaced
billions of dollars.
affordability.
Yeah, they're buying it on credit if they have to.
Yeah,
Just to make sure they got some 100%.
they put it in their way.
meat, Italian yaki,
Man,
24
taking
inches.
layaway
Well, they
to a
went
whole
to
new
30.
level.
That's right.
Yes.
Say, they're getting it down to 30 inches now.
But the braids that they wearing to their ankles.
Yeah, they went raised to the ankles. But that's a
And how much
priority
extra
to
is
them.
that?
Oh
You
my
know?
God.
Women.
Well, I charge
Women
$800 if they want it to their tie.
Oh, you
That's
do
a
that
car
too?
in a house
Yeah, I do
note.
too. I pray.
What-
Yeah.
real-
This is important.
And
You're
they
right,
get-
Elder
they
Cook.
get
It
it.
is important.
real
They
quick.
are
Shout out to
getting that.
Pastor Roy Duncan. Thank you for joining us live on tonight. Thank you, Miss Angela Funk. I thank you, my Palestine family that is and friends that are on live with us tonight. We're talking coverage over cocktails. Give us a call if you dare to give us a call. Get on live with us so that you can ask your questions or even make a comment, right?
Mhm.
So the number to call in is 832-560-2885.
Yes.
Again, that number is 832-560-2885.
Yeah, we
And
need your
we're
feedback,
talking
guys.
about how important it is, how
Mhm.
important it is to have some form of coverage. Period.
Real quick, Kimberly.
Sure.
Real quick. We're live on TikTok,
Okay.
and I want y'all to hold your glasses up and on 3 say the name of the show.
Let's talk coverage over cocktails.
When do they tune into the show?
Every Friday.
From-
Every Friday night. From 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Every Friday night. Same back time, same back channel. Right
That's
here
right.
and Real Talk Radio 100. That's where it's going down. This is where you can sit back, kick off your shoes, relax your feet, take your wig off, let your hair
That's
air
right.
breathe, and let's talk. Let's talk about it. We're talking real talk because
Yes.
we real people.
That's right.
We're not people that sit behind a desk every day. We actually get out there in the streets and we're talking to people.
Yes.
And if we're not out there in the streets talking to people, we talk to them on Zoom, we talk to them on Facebook, we talk to them on FaceTime. We do whatever we do. We meet you
Yes.
right where you are to talk about real life
Real
things that are
life
happening
situations.
and how to protect yourself, your family, and your loved ones,
Yes.
and also your grandkids. That's my favorite topic. Talk about protecting my grandbabies. Yes,
10
my
seconds.
tribe.
10 seconds. What do y'all want to make contagious?
We want to make
Coverage
coverage
contagious. Yes, we want everybody in every household to know that coverage is something that is very necessary.
Yes.
It's something that we got to talk about. Whether you have short-term coverage or you have whole life coverage, you got to have some type of coverage. Cover your family. Cover what's important to you.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We cover, like we was Elder Billy was talking about. Talk about how people got all these cell phones. Okay, you put insurance on your cell phone because that's what's important to you, right?
Mhm.
We put insurance coverage on our vehicles because that's important to us, right?
Right.
On our
Right.
TVs.
On our
Yeah, extra
TVs. Yeah,
appliances.
because I got it on my
Mhm.
appliances too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
you
it on
do
my
that.
appliances too. But here's the thing: how valuable is our lives? How valuable is the lives of our loved ones? And we want to make sure that they're protected, so that that's one thing that we don't have to worry about. Yes, it's good to have a whole life policy that has the benefits where you can pull money off the account and everything. But also, there's other living benefits that a whole life policy does for us.
Mhm.
So it helps with critical illness,
Yes.
Chronic illness,
chronic illness,
long-term care,
long-term care,
and terminal
Terminal
illness.
and terminal illness.
And just think about it now. One of the
Okay.
gentlemen there within our group, I can say his name, Jose.
Right.
He had the
Sorry,
situation, and he's living, walking around. He's a living testimony
Yes.
that he
living
got. He
testimony.
pulled his money out,
Yep.
and he was able to use that money
Right.
to keep living.
Right.
Yeah, they
That's
cut
right.
him a check for
Yes.
over $73,000
Yes.
See there?
to help pay for his chemo, radiation,
Yes,
whatever.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if God gives you that grace to keep living, you
That's right.
have that money that you can, take care of your responsibilities.
Can you imagine how many people have died because they didn't have the money to afford the
Absolutely.
treatments?
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens more than you'll ever know.
Mhm.
Shout out to Shatavia. Hey, Shatavia. And Kim loves you. But we've lost a lot of people in life earlier than we would have.
Yeah, decisions are made based on that.
Based on what you can afford. Because at the end of the day, the caregivers, the hospitals, and the
Yes.
facilities, they're going to look at what your coverage is
Mhm.
and what you have to take care of.
Yeah.
So if you have a whole life policy that has these living benefit riders, it helps as a supplement for any insurance that you do have, because
Mhm.
insurance, medical insurance doesn't cover everything.
Right.
There's still some expenses that it's not going to be able to cover.
Mhm.
And a lot of times too, you may not have money to pay your bills because you're
That's
down.
right.
You
You're
are
down.
the
You're the
caregiver
breadwinner.
of the
Mhm.
you're the
Sole
breadwinner,
provider.
the sole
Mhm.
provider of your family and of your household. And if you're down and you're not making any money and there's no a lot of money coming in that is what is expected to keep everything going like it needs to go,
Mhm.
where are you going to get the money from? How are you going to pull? Where you going
Right.
to pull from?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
That's
that is
an
If
option.
you sick, you can't go stand in them lines.
You
and try to
cannot.
say,
That's right.
That's
"Hey, I
right.
need my rent paid, my lights paid, or whatever the
Right.
case may be. And I need some,
Absolutely.
you can't go stand in those food lines to try to get the bags of food.
That's right.
You know, and
That's right.
and DoorDash ain't gonna bring it to you for free.
No, they're
That's
not. No, and they're gonna get theirs off the top. You ain't gonna get
You
it till
know,
they get paid.
and the thing about it, I watched with my grandmother. My grandmother worked in the medical field her whole life. She used to work for MD Anderson,
Okay.
and it was so baffling to me that when she came down with cancer, she had to go get a gold card because she didn't have insurance. She didn't have insurance medically or for life. You know what I'm saying?
What's
So
a gold card?
Gold Card in Houston is where they can go to like the Harris County health centers.
It doesn't
And they
take it
can-
a lot longer to be seen and things like that. If
You can book an appointment. You may not be seen for a month. or two.
Yeah.
You got to book an
Wow.
appointment for everything. Because my mother just went through uterine cancer, and with that, she like recently she had a cold, And she said, well, I couldn't let them know I had a cold, so I did everything in my power not to cough so that they wouldn't,
something.
so that they wouldn't deny me. But she had to go in because, even with, even though the uterine cancer is gone now, she still has to go in and get the necessary checkups,
Right.
but she doesn't have insurance. So she
Mhm.
has to go to those type of places
Gotcha.
because that's the only place she can go to, because they gave her this gold card that says, if you have this card, you can come to these type places.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
But you're there all day. Oh my God. And
Mhm.
people are coughing real hard, and with COVID coming back, is that a
Oh,
place
my
you really
goodness.
want to be?
No,
Right.
no,
Mhm.
not at all. That's
Mhm.
scary. That's more scary.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That's more scary. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know
It's-
that.
Yeah, there's so many variables to this life thing, guys. That's why we talk it on a consistent basis.
That's right.
Trying to make coverage contagious
That's
so that
right.
everybody really gets it.
That's right.
And we talk about the affordability issues, and we reiterate.
Yeah.
There's things you can afford that you want, and there's things that you can or cannot afford that you need.
That's right.
So life insurance is really one of those things that you really need.
Oh yeah, most
Absolutely.
definitely.
So
You definitely need it more than going to these expensive
Yes.
concerts like we
Yes.
just came to Houston,
Hey, Rachel.
Beyonce's concert.
I
People
know
were paying
that's a lot of
thousands
money
of
that went out
dollars
for
to go
Miss
to
see her
Beyonce.
perform.
I love you, Beyonce, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is too much. I'm not gonna not pay my bills to go to
Right.
no concert. But
I wonder how many people was at that concert that
Mhm.
paid that money for them tickets and didn't have no life
come on
insurance.
now.
I,
I saw
They didn't
a
even
girl
think
that was-
about it. They did not even think
I saw
about
a
it.
young lady at the gas station. Maybe she was all silvered out because Beyonce asked her people to wear silver to the concert.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm talking about, she said, well, I paid $500 for this, and I
Yeah.
paid $1,200 for this, and I paid $1,600 for my boots.
Wow.
I said, you did all of that. I said,
That's
how
a
much
nice whole
insurance
life
do you have?
policy
One
right there.
day.
And that's not even including her ticket to get into the concert,
Ooh.
nor the transportation to get there.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
On that note, I don't
Decisions, guys.
I haven't been shopping like I used to as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Tennis shoes and brand new back.
Right.
all
Yeah.
y'all- all
Life,
y'all
life
close
took
to my-
over.
Yeah, Jabos.
Real
I had to have
Oh my God.
every pair of Jabos. I had to have. I haven't been shopping
Yeah.
Mhm.
in a good, probably it's 23, a good 12 years.
I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean.
Now I might go to Walmart and get me some gym shorts or t-shirts or socks.
Yeah.
But I mean shopping, where I'm going to spend me a good $1,000 or $2,000.
Mm-mm.
Right. Right.
Because when you get
you
older,
got
your
life
priorities-
major priorities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
You
priorities,
got
change.
Yeah, I'm not with it until I can go spend it and I don't have to worry about,
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Hmm.
man, I should have spent that on whatever insurance,
Exactly.
Yes.
or gas or
Mhm.
electricity or
Pay towards
Absolutely.
the principal of my house.
Right.
Pay my house off.
Right.
first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Until I don't have to worry about that, I'm not gonna spend like that no more.
That's
No,
right.
I mean,
Right.
That's
You know,
right.
I used to ask for. I'm sorry, Veronica. I used to ask for. I love boots. I love country dancing.
Ooh, yes.
Mhm.
So, them $500-800 pair of boots.
Oh yes.
I want them.
Mhm.
I go to Cavender's right now and I just sit there and drool but I refuse to buy them
Mhm.
because
Yeah. So many more things are more important.
I got other fish to fry.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So and now I'm glad to have met y'all because y'all put life insurance on my mind. I was already on the be my own bank thing. That's a whole different. Well, it's not a whole different conversation. It's relative,
Yes.
Mhm.
but you can intertwine the two.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Leveraging your debt
Yes.
and life insurance can
Mhm.
all come
Oh,
together.
Come
it
together.
does. It
And
absolutely
that's
does.
what I'm trying to do because I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be realistic. I know it's not going to happen in 2 or 3 years,
Mhm.
but 5 or 10, I think
Yes.
is feasible.
Yes.
For me to attain a comfort level. where
Yes.
I-
Yes.
That's a reasonable goal for,
Yeah.
for us. Mhm.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very
With,
reasonable.
so back to this, and then I'll let Veronica talk. I'm all for. I don't want to go back in time. I want.
Right.
I want. I
Mhm.
want the 10. Give me my 10 million, and everything I know now. I'm gonna have more.
That's
Yes.
right.
Give me my 10 million, and that, I'm not going back to 5 years old. I'm not doing it.
Yes,
Give me my $10 million and everything I know
that's
now.
right. You can apply that and
Yeah,
Mhm.
run with it.
yeah. So hey,
Mhm.
somebody out there have 10 million.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Malcolm, you gonna have to
Y'all
share that
give me
money
$10
now.
million.
I got you. I want everybody in here to eat.
That's
Okay.
right.
Everybody.
That's right.
Shout out to Miss Dana Tut. Hi, Miss Dinah. Hi, Crystal. Shout out to my good friend Crystal Lipscomb. Thank you guys, Rachel Henderson. Thank you guys for jumping on live with us tonight. We're talking coverage over cocktails,
Mhm.
radio, Real Talk Radio 100, where I'm hosting tonight. I'm Kimberly Hutchison, along with my good friend Barbara Calvert.
Yeah,
Hey,
there.
and my
Thank you guys
other
for
good
tuning
friend
in.
Veronica Haley. Yay! We're so glad that you guys tuned in. If you have any questions in regards to the subject of life insurance, please let us know. We want to hear from you. Talk back to us. We are so glad to have a platform in which we can encourage people to shift their priorities.
Mhm.
Not just young people, but even older people our age
Yes.
too are not looking
Yes.
seriously
Mhm.
at the fact that it's so important to have coverage at this day and age and at this time of their life, because they want to say everything else is so important. And I say, what's important to you is what you make important
Yes.
That's
to
right.
you. You know what I'm saying? You whatever it is that has your heart and your attention the most is what you make a priority.
Right.
And we
Mhm.
want to encourage our listening audience, and we want to encourage our communities, the people that we know and love, even those that we don't know and love. We want you guys to be encouraged and to know how important it is to have some form of coverage. In this day and age, in this day and time, you do not want to get caught with no coverage whatsoever. You want to have some form of coverage because you don't want to leave a burden on your family.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You know,
That's the
you
whole
don't want to.
thing,
You
yeah.
don't want them to be burdened down with worrying about how to pay death benefits for to get you buried, whatever the case may be, whether it's cremated or buried, and you don't want them to be embarrassed about asking other people to help pay for it as well. How
Mhm.
embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is it to work all your life and not have anything,
Mhm.
Nothing.
not be prepared for the afterlife? Because sure as a man is born, sure shall he die.
Mhm.
We already know that we got to go that way. Let's be prepared for it.
Right.
Let's make sure that our family doesn't have the burden of trying to figure out how they're going to bury you.
Mhm.
And then if you get sick, if you get ill, you want to be able to have, if you're able to afford it, you want to be able to have an opportunity to have benefits, a policy that have the benefits of helping you pay for your illness,
That's right.
the care,
Mhm.
your care while you're ill, whether it's a chronic illness, whether it's a critical illness
Terminal.
or terminal illness. Sometimes that being able to afford the medical attention determines how long, what the longevity is of you living.
Mhm.
So think about those things. Those things are important to think about. We want to make coverage contagious. We want you guys to get comfortable having those uncomfortable
That's right.
conversations
Mhm.
with your family members and your loved ones.
Mhm.
Because here's the thing, you don't want to have it when it's too late. It's better to get it while you can than to
Mhm.
try to come up with something
Yes.
um, whenever the time has passed and it's too late.
Oh yeah. You know, we definitely want to encourage you. You know, like I love that one song and say sometimes you have to encourage yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, we're not just
Yeah.
encouraging ourselves about this
Right.
information. We're encouraging others, and we want not only to encourage you all, but we want you all to encourage your families, your friends,
Yes.
your enemies. I mean, everybody.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, it's getting ridiculous seeing the GoFundMe's, the fish
Yes.
fries, the barbecue.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
it's just getting ridiculous. There's too many people trying to raise funds and bodies having to sit in the freezers
Yes.
for as long as they're having to. I mean, I
Mhm.
think the longest I seen was 3 weeks that somebody's body sat in the freezer. So
Mhm.
it's really ridiculous that has to happen when you know, we can put that money to the side and say, you know what, instead of me buying a T-bone steak tonight, I'm a put that money towards, you know, getting me a life insurance policy.
Mhm.
And that money, you know, instead of going out to eat 5 times a month, I'm gonna do 4 times a month and do that one time that I'm not gonna go. That's
Yes.
gonna be my life insurance money. I
Right.
mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of money that people think it does to get these policies that's gonna cover them, cover their families, cover their loved ones, you know, to prevent these things from happening, to prevent people from having to do those
Mhm.
fundraisers. Because I'm sorry, when I die, I don't need my children, you know, going on Facebook or one of
Yes.
these platforms saying, "Hey, we need money to put mama in the grave."
That's
now,
right.
Now, mama made provisions for you to put
That's
me in the
right.
That's
grave.
right.
right.
Just like you maintain your dignity in life,
That's right.
you want to maintain your dignity when you pass, when you leave up out of here also.
Absolutely.
In
Well
death,
said, Barbara.
you know.
Well
So
said.
don't, you know, don't be one of those people where your loved one is just like you said, running around trying to find a way to put you in the
Yeah,
ground.
That's right.
You know, or cremate
And you
you,
know,
however.
And listen,
you know.
this is another thing that I get, you guys, that tickles me sometimes when people say, I'm not buying life insurance because I don't want to leave my kids no money.
Ooh, that hurts me.
How many times
And
y'all
a
done
lot,
heard
a lot
that?
of people say that.
They'll say
People do
that.
say that.
And this,
And that's
and
so
here's the thing,
foolish,
and that's okay.
you know?
You ain't gotta leave
Ooh.
them any money, but you ought to be able to leave enough to pay off your bills,
Yeah.
to pay.
What
for
are you
your
leaving
burial.
behind? What are you
Yeah.
leaving your, you know, what's your footprint gonna look like when you leave here? You know, what are you leaving? Come
You
on.
know, I don't, you know, I personally don't want to be buried, but for those that want to be
Mhm.
buried, I'm sure you don't want that regular box, right?
Right. A pine box.
Yeah.
Call a
But-
pine box.
Okay.
Act like that if you want to. If you want to be all put
Okay.
away nicely,
I
you
just
know,
went to a
they-
I
funeral
want some
recently.
pretty flowers.
My favorite color is
Pretty
purple.
caskets.
you better treat them right and act right while you're here. 'Cause
That's
they're gonna end
right.
up dumping you in a box, and that's
That's
it.
it.
Keep it
You
moving.
don't even put a headstone.
Yeah, we laugh about these things, guys,
But it's
but
the
it's
truth.
so
Yeah, it is
God,
the
it's so
truth.
real.
It is real.
You know?
If they struggling with their bills, how they gonna put you in the ground?
Yes, yes.
The
Goodness.
sense in that statement.
Come on now.
Ain't no sense. I don't want to leave my kids no money.
Yeah,
Right.
we hear that
You know?
as life agents, and we go and talk to people about coverage. You know, that's one of the things that we hear. I ain't trying to leave my kids no money.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
not trying to encourage you to leave them any money, but we're trying to say make sure that nobody is in a bind trying to bury you.
mhm.
Prepare yourself.
Right.
Prepare yourself.
And you know the thing is when they're not prepared and they having to do all these extra things to try
Yeah.
to put you down, what happens? They get to fighting because I gave $20. No, I gave
Oh, my
$100.
goodness.
You know, and it's not worth it, y'all. It's so
It's
not
not.
worth it.
You want
You
your
know,
family to
That's
go
why they be
through
fighting
that.
Baby.
You really
Yeah.
want your family to go through that.
Oh yeah,
I
they
didn't know
do. Yeah, they fight about who gave the most. You know, if they fight about who night to wash dishes, they gonna fight about.
Right?
Come on now.
Oh,
I did more than you did.
Yes, Lord.
I can't even watch them videos no more.
Mm-mm.
Every time I see them on TikTok or Instagram, I just keep scrolling. That sickens me. You fighting at your mama, your daddy, your
Yes.
grandmother's funeral.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, fight.
It's
What
a
was
sad
it? It was one
situation.
lady that killed her nephew at the funeral.
At the funeral.
At the funeral? Yeah. It made news.
See, that's serious. That's too serious.
Like,
That's
oh my
serious.
Gosh.
is it that
Wow.
You got me Googling it.
serious?
Killed her nephew at
She
the
killed
funeral.
her nephew at the funeral.
Shout out to Carolyn Anthony. Shout out to Parrish. Abundant Life Parish.
It came
right on up.
It came up.
Yes, right here in Houston.
Good to
Oh,
see you
66.
guys.
Ooh.
Now
Thank
she's
you
got
guys
to go
for
to
joining
jail.
us tonight on
Yeah.
Real Talk
Charging.
Radio,
Oh, my
where we're
goodness.
talking coverage over cocktails.
That's somebody
tonight.
grandma.
That's,
now.
yes.
67 years old.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And killed
So
them for what?
glad. So glad, so glad. Thank you, Miss Donna.
Was it that deep, ma'am? Was it that deep?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, but
But
they're,
you'd be
they're at
surprised.
war at the funeral.
Outside.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
They are at
Yeah,
war at
that's
funerals.
that's
It's
the life we
unnecessary.
live right now,
yeah,
guys.
that's
But
that's,
if that person prepared the family by taking care of her business, then maybe they wouldn't be fighting.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Time and a place for everything.
Time
Mhm.
and place for
A
everything.
brother, probably whoever was being buried was her sister or brother.
I think it was her sister's child.
and that was their son, whoever they were burying. That was the son.
That was the son.
Wow.
So the
Mm.
family already grieving the loss of one, and now at the
Mhm.
funeral, we lose another one just while we trying to bury somebody. Come on now, let's make this coverage contagious so that don't happen no more. You
And
know,
we need some mental health counselors on here too. 'Cause
Right.
This is deep, guys.
I'm telling you, look,
That's-
it makes me to where I don't even want to watch the news anymore because I'm
Yes.
sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing
Yes,
all these
this-
killings. You know,
this crazy.
you uncomfortable with driving to the corner store.
Yes.
You know, during the holiday time, you
Yeah.
scared to have a purse.
Right.
You know, us women, we stuffing it in our drawers, trying not for people to know what we got. And it may just be a debit card. But, you know, at the end of the day, we scared to have it.
Yes.
Because we going to get robbed. You know, if your husband bought you a bling ring, you scared to go outside with it.
Yeah.
You be like,
Wow.
baby, well, I wear this when I'm with you. Can I get a smaller one for when we're not together? Because
That's
people are
crazy.
robbing
Yeah,
women,
that's-
children, boys, and girls over any and everything.
That's
That's,
true.
that's a
Think
life
about the
we live
Jordan
in right
epidemic.
The Jordan epidemic.
Yeah, they was killing kids over Jordans. I mean,
Yeah,
come on now.
that's true.
It's a pair of shoes that cost $3 to make, and he put his name on it. So now they $200-300. Come on now, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I tell everybody this, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all are probably already up on game, but anybody in the listening audience, pay attention to your surroundings.
Yes.
Pay attention. People think I'm crazy, and it's partially because of my past life and
Yes.
where I spent a large amount of time at.
Mhm.
You know, I'm more aware of my surroundings, but I know what kind of individuals are lurking.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Waiting
We
to
see-
catch you
it's
slipping.
on the news every single day.
Every day.
It's on the news every
Mhm.
day. So y'all watch your surroundings.
Mhm.
I even if I see people at a gas station, I don't make a habit out of it, but I have done it. I'll walk up to them and I'll be like, tap on the window,
Mhm.
doors wide open,
Yeah.
their leg is out, they're on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Purse
Hey,
right
So
there.
right.
you need to watch your
And
surroundings.
I've been guilty of doing that. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like,
People
you know,
think-
but more and more you become more conscious of things like that. You
Right.
know.
people think I'm
Mhm.
crazy. I'll be at the gas tank like this.
I know,
Looking
right?
everywhere.
You know what? It's sad. I'm like that when I'm in the city, but when I'm back home,
You're not like
and
that.
I'm not.
Not worried
as
about anything.
That, yeah,
Mhm.
and here's the thing. That's when you get caught. And that's
Get
when
caught off
something
guard.
happens, you
Don't get too comfortable.
because you get too complacent
Mhm.
about where you are,
Yeah.
about your surroundings.
Mhm.
You know,
Because you got to think about it. People from the city, they will drive to the country
right?
Mhm.
because they like them country folk got that money.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
I ain't got no money. Don't hit me in the head. I promise you. I ain't got no
but that's what they think. They think
Right.
everybody that live in the country got some money.
I do.
I will, you know how you have the automatic pump on your gas?
Yeah.
On the gas pump? I'll leave it on automatic and I'll walk all the way around the tank
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
see. Because some
Yeah.
they'll be hiding behind the tank.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they will.
They'll be hiding behind the tank or pull up as you're
Right.
getting it out of the
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then putting it as soon as you turn your back. No, you're not gonna get me like that.
Oh yeah.
It's
We-
not happening.
and
They done watch too
definitely
many
gotta be
movies 'cause
conscious
it's
of
all
how
on
we
the
keep
movies
our
like
purses
that.
in the car.
Yeah,
You know, because I always make sure mine is not visible.
right.
You know, so
Mhm.
it's just
I do that.
it's so many variables to this thing.
It is.
Mhm.
Oh, it is. It truly
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, shout out to the gas station workers, man. That's one
Yes,
place I
that's-
did
that's
not
a
work.
brave-
When my oldest daughter was
brave
working
job.
at the gas station, it was her and my youngest sister. My youngest sister was the general manager. Oh my God, I don't think I ever prayed so much in my life. I was so grateful to God when they walked away from that job because
Mhm.
the store did get robbed twice while my oldest daughter was there. One time she
Wow.
was in her car. She was in there taking a nap and she realized what happened. The other time she was actually in the store. So
Mhm.
anything could have happened.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could have been without my child.
Right.
But how many people have lost their children,
Oh,
their
yes.
loved ones? That's
Mhm.
all they was trying to do was go to work. They
Go.
at work
Yes.
doing what they supposed to do. They
That's
clock
right.
in, they stocking shelves, they checking people out, they doing what they're supposed to. But because somebody didn't take the time to go take care of their own business by
That's
getting a
right.
job,
Mhm.
they want to pull a gun and pull a trigger to get the
Right.
money out the register, and it don't even be that much, y'all.
Don't even be that much.
Don't even be that
Mhm.
much.
Right.
Nope.
Sure
That's
right.
the truth. That is
Nope.
the truth.
But it's
Nope.
happening.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
But
happening.
is happening. And I think, we're more aware because we're older. We've seen and heard
Mhm.
so much. And when you're in your 20s, your teens and your
Yes.
20s, and you haven't really lived life, you haven't seen a
Mhm.
whole lot or done a whole lot, then you're a little bit more
Mhm.
Adventurous.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna use
my
that
daughter's
word,
19,
adventurous.
and I pray every day when she walks out of that door. She's a little small person, and she's bold now. She's got a big heart and a little big mouth, but she really feels like, well, Mom, I'm fine. I'm gonna be okay. I
You
got
never
this
say
or I
that.
got that. But it's like every day you pray for your children when for their safety and
That's right.
their safe return, when they leave out of that door, because
right.
we know there's so many things that could
That
you
could
know,
go wrong.
that could go wrong.
Mhm.
And it's not that you're putting that negative energy out there, but it's a reality.
Hey, Joy.
Hey, Joyce. We miss you.
She says, "Thank you for holding it down while I'm out here in Nevada."
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
man, I would have loved to be right there with you.
Yes.
But
We know you're gonna bring home the gold.
Yes.
Shout out to Lisa Fields and Kimmy Diane. Hey, Kimmy, mommy loves you. Thank you guys for joining us.
Happy birthday, Joyce.
Happy birthday,
Happy
lady.
birthday.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Toast to
We're
you.
toasting for you.
Toast to you, sis.
I can't toast right now.
Oh, you need a refill.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, even our loved ones
Yeah,
that
hook him up over there.
that or in domestic violence situations.
Yes.
We need to put coverage on them. We talk to them, we pray for them that they get out of the
Yeah.
situations. But like we can go pull them out, but then as soon as they bodies heal, the black eyes go
They
away.
go right back.
They go right back. We need to put
Mhm.
a policy on them because most of them have children. What's gonna happen to them children when they don't?
That's right.
But they not. I'm so in love. He hit me because he loved me. No, he don't love you.
They
baby.
still say that?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Can you
They
believe
do.
it? They
They
still
still
say
doing
that.
it.
You have, believe it or not, you have
That's right.
you have some women that have that issue too, where if you don't verbally fight them or physically fight them, either or, and you walk away, say you walk away.
Hey, Mr.
Oh, you don't
Trees.
love me enough to fight me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you
Yeah,
crazy.
that's a
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm walking away to make sure this don't get out
Well,
of
I'm gonna
hand.
tell you what I think
that's
about
a whole
that.
different mental health situation.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna tell you what I think about that. Because so many of the movies and the things that are on social media and on movies, they that's just something that's so common. The guy slapping the woman around, calling her out her name,
Mhm.
until society, in our young society, has started adapting that as a okay way of being. And they think it's okay to be that way. They think it's all right and it's acceptable.
Mm-mm.
And they're forgetting their worth. Women are
Mhm.
forgetting their worth. They're forgetting how important they are and how important it is to not let that happen.
Yes.
Yeah, that, I mean,
And
that,
so-
that starts at home though. You got to really, because like my ex-husband and I, that's one thing that we agree on. We always talk to the girls about your worth, your self-worth. To ever let somebody touch you like that.
Mhm.
You know.
Exactly.
If that's the case, that's a serious issue.
Mhm.
Sometimes it ain't even about how you bring them up, because I had a child that had got into a couple of relationships that was abusive, but it was being accepted.
But yeah,
They want to be
yeah.
accepted.
Mhm.
They want to be accepted. They're not understanding the type of danger they're putting themselves in. And even though this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this is also
Was it domestic violence?
domestic violence awareness as well. And next week we'll have the number that we need to put up here,
Mhm.
so that if you know somebody, or if you are in a domestic violence situation and you want to get out, we want to be
Mhm.
able to
Yes.
put a number up there that you can call so that you can get out.
Mhm.
It's not acceptable. It's
It
not
is not.
okay.
That is not.
It is
That is
not
not
okay.
a norm. That is not a
Mhm.
norm.
Mhm.
Miss Holmes, you said we won the game. Awesome. Go Westwood. Y'all know I'm a football
Yes.
mom. I'm
I
a
told you we
football
need to go-
mom.
we
Thank
go
you, Miss Holmes.
tailgating
I
with you.
appreciate that. Yeah, y'all gonna have to go tailgating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but that is not acceptable. So it's important that we remind ourselves when we get up in the morning, I'm the head and I'm not the tail.
Right.
I'm above, I am not beneath.
Mhm.
I am the lender, I am not the borrower. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. We have to remind ourselves on a daily basis of who we are and who God has created
That's
us to
right.
be. And whenever you do that, whenever you wake up with that affirmation to
Mhm.
yourself, it gives you a whole different kind of strength to where you can face tomorrow a little
It
bit
does.
stronger, a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
You can tap into the things that God has already given you as strength,
Mhm.
as power of
That's right.
being who He has created you for a purpose.
Mhm.
You know, and we are in a season of our lives right now where we need to live on purpose with a purpose.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing right
Yes.
now.
Oh,
As
yeah.
we give
Mhm.
information about coverage,
Mhm.
we are living our purpose. Our
Mhm.
purpose is to get out here and tell the community how important it is to protect yourselves and protect your families
Oh, yeah.
so that the future will be a lot brighter.
Yes.
And that's a lot of things that we fail to do a lot of time is we're so used to living day for day until we're not thinking about tomorrow.
Mhm.
We're not thinking
That's
about
right.
tomorrow, and we're not preparing for tomorrow. And then when tomorrow gets here, we're left uncovered.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
We're left exposed. We're left out there to get hurt, and we
Mhm.
gotta
Mhm.
cover ourselves. We
Yeah.
gotta cover our loved ones. We gotta
Yeah.
protect them, and we gotta teach them.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta be able to weather the
Shout out
storm.
to my
Yeah.
godson, MJ Black. What's up, little Mario? Godmother loves you. I love you, love you, love you. He's in the military, you guys,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
not sure where he is right now, but
Mhm.
that's my baby. My
Kimberly,
godson. Huh?
Kimberly,
Yes.
Veronica, and
Yes.
Barbara, we are now
Uh-huh.
live on Instagram. Let our Instagram audience
Hey,
know
Shanice,
exactly
Squirrel Eye.
what
Good
you
to
guys
see
are
you.
talking about right now. I know we got off a little bit on a little bit off the subject,
Right.
but it's all relative. You know, draw it back into our Instagram audience. This show is about life insurance and the importance of it.
Yeah.
So tell our Instagram audience exactly when they can tune in and what they can expect when they tune in.
We're talking coverage over cocktails. And what we're doing is we're making our community, our loved ones, and we're letting everybody know how important it is to get coverage. Get some life insurance, whether it's term life insurance, whether it's whole life insurance. We're telling you the benefits, the pros, the cons, everything that you need to know about insurance. You can call into us. We're here every Friday from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Yes, we're normally here with a few more ladies, and we're just girlfriends that we are mind-like entrepreneurs. We are licensed insurance agents, and we are qualified to give you the information that you need to get you some life insurance. And we're also qualified to do annuity rollovers in case you need to know what to do with your money. We do that too.
We're covering the mission before
For the
the
commission.
commission. We're making coverage contagious.
Yes,
We
we
want
are
to make
making
insurance coverage contagious. We want everybody to know about what we're doing
Oh, yeah.
and how you can get that assistance and get insurance coverage.
Look at my baby. My baby said, "Real star. I love you so much. I love you too,
Aw.
MJ. This is
Veronica.
my baby."
So, I mean, life insurance is very, very important. I mean, we're not just talking life insurance, we're talking about living benefits. A lot of policies
Yeah.
that are out there are term policies. Those policies end at the end of that term. So we want people to know that there's products out there that are much better, that are going to actually cover you for life, not just a part of your life.
Right.
So if you live past that certain age, when that term life ends, then you're actually prepared if you have a whole life insurance policy versus a term life. So we want to make sure you know about the cash value benefits. We want to make sure you know about the permanent life insurance. We want to make sure you know about the living benefits. I mean, it's just so much that you need to know that most carriers don't want you to know. They want you to get those term policies so that at the end of it, they win. You get nothing back. And you have to try to get another policy. And by then, you probably have different health situations. And now your policies are a whole lot more expensive. So get with one of us so that we can discuss with you one-on-one, what would benefit you. You don't have to get a $500,000 policy. You can get a $50,000 policy. It's whatever it suits your needs, whatever fits your budget. And that's what we're talking today.
Absolutely.
Coverage over cocktails.
Coverage over cocktails. We're gonna give you the real deal, Holyfield, about what's really going down with coverage.
That's
We
right.
want to make sure that you're covered, your loved ones are covered, and that everything can be all can be well with you in the future. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure your future is bright and that you are
Yes.
covered. And here's the
Covered.
thing: we want to sit down and talk to you and give you the real deal on what's going on and what you can get. Tell you what your options are, and if we can't get you covered, we still got something somewhere that we can get for you. We got some type of coverage for you. You just need to get at us. Talk
Yes.
to me if you can hear me.
One more thing I want you guys to talk about,
Okay.
and that is gifts for the kids. Gifts for the kids at Christmas time. A lot of times as parents, we want to get our kids our Jordans. We want to get our
That's an
kids
excellent idea.
computers. I didn't want to say that computers are a gaming system.
Uh-huh.
What I was
Yeah,
trying to
gaming
say,
system.
all
Yeah.
the PS5s, all the Game Boys,
Mhm.
all of that, and all the Xboxes and all of that.
Right.
Tell them how they can instead get their
Everybody-
kids life insurance and it'll pay off. They can have all the Xboxes they want.
All
Talk
the
about that right
Xbox
quick.
cars,
Okay.
everything.
So it's important to get your kids coverage because as we want to make sure that they're happy with the materialistic things and the trendy things that are going on. We want to make sure we get all that for them for Christmas, for their birthdays, so forth and so on. It is also just as important, if not more important, for their lives to be covered. You want to be able to set it up to where as they get older, you have something in play
Mhm.
that you can pull from when the major needs arise.
That's right.
Because when they're young and they want all these little gadgets and stuff we buy for them and everything, well, the real test of time comes when they're older and those real life things hit them. When they want to buy a house, they want to buy a car, they want to go to college. You want to be able to have a policy set in play to where you can pull from that policy to help pay their tuition, help buy that car, if not pay the car off. You want to be able to make sure that not only do they have death benefits, but they got living benefits as well. So you want to put them in a position to where you can help them further their life in the future.
Mhm.
And those Game Boys, those virtual games, it's a new one every year. Every
That's
time I
right.
look around, there's going to
Mhm.
always be something new that comes out. So just as important as that is to you to get that for them, then getting life insurance should be more important because this is going to take them a lot further than those materialistic things.
That's
So
right.
get life insurance for those children,
Yeah,
for those
yeah.
babies.
and making insurance covers that household name when you're sitting down with your children, just and teaching them the value of generational wealth.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a gift. You can prepare
Yes.
that document in a beautiful gift for the holidays, and then sit with them and then explain that to them that I prepared for your future. I've
right.
given you a beautiful bank account
Yeah.
that you can tap into in the future. This is something that's going to grow. It's going to grow and grow and grow. You're not going to touch it for a while, but you need to understand that I'm doing this for you because I love you
That's right.
and because this your life is valuable to me.
That's right.
And even in death, you're valuable.
Oh,
But
yeah.
in the meantime, you're going to have this banking system that's your own. It's going to grow for you.
Come on now.
So as you grow older and you're going to understand it more and more as you get older, and then you're going to see those benefits grow. And each year you can kind of tap into it. You'll have a system in place so that you can go to it, look at your benefits and see what you have. And then we're going to have this set aside for a certain amount of time that you won't be able to touch it. But in the future, when you're ready to buy that car, buy that house,
Right.
buy, complete your education, whatever it is you
College
need,
tuition.
yes, you're going to be able to tap into that, and you won't have to worry about anything.
That's right.
There's enough for us to worry about, but
That's
this
right.
is going to be taken care of because I got this. for
I
you.
got you.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
And it's something that and I'll hush after this because we're running out of time. It's something that hurts me is that trust fund. You know what I could have done with that?
I know.
But
Yes.
instead, I wanted to be those two, and Daddy had to spend it all.
Yeah, we live and learn though.
And
Yeah.
and I'm
Mhm.
talking, it was 30-something thousand,
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
and he spent
Could have bought a couple of houses.
Yeah,
Yes.
he spent everything on
Mhm.
me to keep me out of trouble. So
Mhm.
that's my word. That's something we're going to touch on with our nonprofit. You know,
Mhm.
I'm gonna start going into the institutions and talking to these guys.
Absolutely.
Saying, hey, and I would like, I might be talking too much and giving people too much game, but I don't care. If we
Mhm.
can help people, let's help people.
That's right.
I want to take y'all with me.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
Most definitely.
Mhm.
Y'all are more versed than I am, and
Mhm.
I want to touch them because
Mhm.
I lived it. I got out and with nothing.
Right.
And that's what make guys go back.
Yes, Malcolm, the need is out there. You
Yeah.
know,
it
Oh,
is.
it's out there, and it's something that, you know, like you said, you know, it's something that has to be taught. You know, because
Yes,
there's so
yeah.
many of them out there. They're hard, just like you said. You know, and they don't even understand what they're dealing with. You know, but if there's a platform for them to understand, to know that that there's a better way for them, you know, and they can put money aside and build and grow and have a positive life, you know, so that they won't be out there in that hustle and struggle.
Right.
Life is a
That's
hustle
right.
and bustle struggle
On its own.
on its own.
That's
all
right.
on its own. But
Preach,
if you got
Barbara.
something solid
Yes.
that you can build on and live on, then
Yes.
that's going to go with you generation after generation.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You don't if you truly love. I said I was gonna shut up, but this is
It's
fact.
okay.
This is a passion of mine.
Yes.
If you truly love um, your son, your daughter, your
Mhm.
nephew, your niece, this is something you need to be spending.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, send them a little money on their books, but
Mhm.
to say you love your loved one and then allow them to come home to nothing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mhm.
absolutely.
That's not love.
No, it's not.
Absolutely.
And I think, you know, now I wish I would have known what I know now.
Mhm.
You know, I would have told my dad, hey, don't send me that $200 a month. Every
Mhm.
month, my dad and my mama sent me $200. Dudes thought I was rich up there
Yeah.
because I had everything I wanted
Mhm.
until that's another story.
Mhm.
I screwed that
Absolutely.
up too,
Understand?
getting in
Mhm.
trouble. But
Right.
I wish I known what I know now. And I would have
Mhm.
told him, hey, a couple months, you know, it's 12 months in a year.
Mhm.
Take it about $600 and go get me some life insurance. So when I come
Mhm.
home, I can live where I want to live.
Absolutely.
I can drive what I want to drive.
Mhm.
You know, because these guys get out and they make them go live in the hood
Mm.
because you
Mhm.
want them to go back to the
Yeah.
Want
to
to the
the
system.
you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
it's job security.
Mhm.
You know, so anyway, that's just my
Sure.
soapbox. So that's why I'm kind of passionate about this insurance stuff because I want to teach these guys. I want to teach them. You don't have to get out and rob anymore. You
That's
know,
right.
Yeah, and the thing about it, pretty soon they won't even have anywhere to go because the hood ain't even a hood no more.
Right.
You know, with all this
The
gentrification
gentrification.
and things
Right.
like that, they're building. You know, the
It-
builders, the
mhm.
developers are coming into those areas
Those
because there's
luxury
more
townhomes.
land
Mhm.
available. You know, they're giving them. You know, the one lady got $999,000 for her property. You know, and they bulldozed it over and they built about 15 of those. You
Mhm.
know, those townhomes on it.
They're gonna triple
So
that.
they're not going to be able to go to what they, you know, remember as what the hood was, and that
Right.
community is not going to welcome them in anymore. So
No.
you know, it's best to have these hard conversations. And
Right.
if you in that life, if you in a relationship with somebody in that life, put coverage on them. If you
Mhm.
leaning depending on they income from what they doing,
Mhm.
you better put some coverage on them.
Yeah,
Right.
they got to have it before they go in. If,
We-
you know, if they end up in the institution, they cannot get covered.
Yeah.
We're-
If they're
They gotta
already
get
in
it
the
now.
institution, they
You
cannot be
get
covered.
if you're in jail.
If you're already in jail, you cannot get covered.
No,
if they're already in there, they can't.
Right.
that's why
We get it
it's
before they go in, we get
essential
it when
to
they
talk
come
to them
out.
before.
But it's best to, yeah,
Mhm.
it's best to get it before they go in
Mhm.
or when they come out.
While they're
But
living.
what they're in there, you can't
You
get
can't cover.
life insurance. You
Okay.
can't cover that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to get off Instagram right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail Show. Tune into this show every Friday night from 8:30 to 10:30 and learn more about life insurance. Good night. Now back to I'm sorry, Joyce. We've been ignoring her.
What'd she
She's
say?
comment for comment
Hey,
with us.
Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
She's comment for comment with us. This is what she said about Christmas. Just think about what a great Christmas present it would be for a parent or grandparents to have a policy and then submit the funds to the individual as a gift when they are getting ready to go to college or
Oh, wow.
obtain a car, etc. What
Yes,
Right. That's
absolutely.
right. Absolutely.
She also says, yes, Malcolm, ladies, great job. Thank you all again, Malcolm. Thank you also. Great show. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. She said, yes, Malcolm, we will definitely love helping everyone and educating the communities.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Joyce, but this is the one I wanted to read to y'all. She was like, I hope the next man that hits me, his mom, daddy, sister, or brother have life insurance
On them.
she being silly.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Joyce. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
We
you,
miss you
Joyce.
so much.
Miss you.
We're coming to a close, ladies. We got about, I'm gonna give us 5 or 10 more minutes, but start closing it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Let them know what it's all about.
Big shout out again. This is Cancer Awareness Month, and a big shout out to those that are cancer survivors, as well as those that work in the medical field and the support teams that help those that are dealing with cancer that's of any shape, form, or fashion. Those that work in the medical field that see the things that we don't see.
Right.
So again, breast cancer awareness. If it's time for you to get a checkup, please go. Do yourself a favor. Do your loved ones a favor. Go get yourself checked out. You're of age. That's one of those preventive type checkups, so that you don't have to pay for anything like that. That's a preventive measure. A lot of the insurance companies cover those types of checkups. So you want to go and get checked out once you become 40 or greater. So go take your test. Go let them do what they got to do to make sure you don't have breast cancer.
That's right.
And
just-
even
just
if you don't have insurance, there are nonprofit organizations
are.
that cover those type of situations.
Awesome.
So do your research and find out where you can go, where those organizations will pay for you.
Mhm. Yeah, that self wellness is very important. You can get together with your girlfriends in a group,
Right.
and go
go together.
and
Support
get
one
this,
another.
and get these
Get
these
that
tests
done.
done.
Get that test
Oh
done.
yeah, I mean we can do
This is
girls
very
trips and have
important.
all these fun. but
Yes,
let's take a girls trip and go get some
that's
mammograms.
right.
That's right. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and you can hit us up, guys. If you want to talk coverage, we can sit down and talk with you. We're in different parts of the city. I am Barbara Calvert. I am in Missouri City, Texas. You can contact me at the station, or leave your information, and we can definitely reach out to you. Either one of us
Right.
will be happy to meet you where you are. Or
Absolutely.
as Veronica famously says, Zoom is
Zoom. And I'm Kimberly Hutchinson. I'm located in East Texas.
Yes.
I will travel. I do Zoom as well as talk over the phone, but I will come to you if I need to. I can be reached at 903-724-8451. Give me a holler. Let's talk coverage. And we don't even have to have cocktails, but we can talk coverage all day, every day.
That's
She likes
right.
to eat, so
And I like
bring
to
us some
eat.
food.
Yeah. Let's talk. Yeah, we can talk coverage over dinner.
Or lunch or breakfast.
That's right.
And I am Veronica Haley, and I am in the Houston area. I'm on the northeast side of Houston now. I grew up in the Acres Home area. My phone number is 832-655-1698. Look, I am willing to drive to you, fly to you, or Zoom to you.
Okay.
But
Yes.
if we need to talk, let's talk coverage, because it is a very important topic. Too many people are dying without this coverage, and there are too many GoFundMes, there are too many fish fries, there are too many barbecue dinners, there are too many balloon releases where they're trying to get people to come to the balloon
That's right.
releases
Yes.
to raise money. So
Mhm.
let's talk coverage. Let's get you covered. Let's get your loved ones covered.
Mhm.
And not just talk to you, but allow us to talk to your friends, your family, your loved ones.
Mhm.
Spread this, make this
Right.
this information contagious for real, y'all. This is a very important
Very
topic.
important, very important, very important. Big shout out to Claude Beavers. Big shout out to Man of God, Wigware. Listen, I'm so glad my Palestine and Tyler family got online with me tonight. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. Let's talk coverage. Whenever you guys are ready, just give me a holler. Let's hit me up, inbox me, DM me, give me a call. Let's go ahead and get
Into my
everybody
hotel.
covered. We love everybody. We want to make sure that you are covered. We want to make coverage contagious. All right.
See See,
Big
Joyce.
shout out to Malcolm. We thank you so much for allowing us to have this platform to talk coverage over cocktails. We'll see you same bad time, same bad channel, where we let's talk coverage over cocktails. Woo! All right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Still the same enthusiasm as week one, y'all. This has been the Let's Talk Coverage Over Cocktail show. As the ladies already said, thank y'all for tuning in. We want you to tune in every Friday night, once again from 8:30 to 10:30. All you got to do is go to our YouTube page, or YouTube channel, or our Facebook page, and tune in just like you're tuning in now. We want you to like, we want you to share, we want you to follow. Periodically during the video, we want y'all to hit that love button, hit that like button. I don't care if you hit it 5, 10, 15, 100 times in a row. That helps the show. That helps people tune in. That draws people in. Tag people who you want to grow in interest for insurance. Your family. Hey, call a family meeting and watch the show. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely.
I never did understand that as a kid. I never understood that as a kid, ladies. Where the brainiac of the family would call all the family together and they'd send the kids to the room.
Right.
And be like, what the hell in that time? The brainiac was trying to get everybody on the same page.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Insurance, let's pool all our money
That's
together.
absolutely
That's right.
true.
And as when I was about 14, I walked in on one of them, and he was one of my uncle was talking about it.
Mhm.
And I, being 14, I didn't snap, but now
Mhm.
I'm the brainiac.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I want to call that family meeting and have everybody in the
Yes.
family.
That's right.
And think of how curious the kids are now.
Right.
You know, the 4-year-olds, the 6-year-olds, they are
They're so smart.
really intelligent now.
So smart.
So you talk to them about this and about how much money they can have when they're,
Yeah.
this age, man, you get them excited.
Okay.
Get them excited.
Mhm.
I can have all the
Yes.
Xboxes I want, mommy.
Mhm.
Mommy, I can have all the
Right.
Xboxes I want. Yes, you can, son.
Yes.
My baby, when she was 3, she was saying, "Mama, when I get 16, I want a McLaren." I didn't even know what a McLaren was. A very expensive car.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's because they watching these
Yeah.
boys on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was 3. Come on now.
Mhm. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, everybody. Thank y'all. Goodbye from Veronica on your far right. Goodbye from Kimberly in the middle. Goodbye from Barbara on your far left.
Bye-bye. See you next week.
And Denise and Joyce are missing tonight. Hopefully they'll be back next week.
Absolutely. They'll be here next week.
Joyce is still high-fiving us. She high-fived me when I said I'm the brainiac and I want to call the family. Yes, indeed, Joyce. Let's take this to
Yes.
another level. We want all of y'all to be insured because we want to make life insurance contagious.
Contagious.
Y'all keep it locked to Real Talk 100 Radio the rest of the night. We have something for the old heads, the young heads, and all of that. We have Southern Soul, we have rap music, and we have, I forgot something. 90s and 2000s R&B and hip hop hits. That's all we play here. If you're a music artist and you want your music in rotation is free here. Send it in to Real Talk 100 Radio with 2 O's at gmail.com in MP3 form only. That's all we got tonight, y'all. Good night, good night, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, good night.